Uh,
Whenever you're hiding from the storm, I'll be the light that keeps you warm. In an unfamiliar place, I will be the guiding face you know, waiting to take you home. Oh. Through the fire we will go, underneath the sparks we glow. Take a chance, we don't have long, we'll be burning on and on. We'll be burning on and on, through every path to the unknown. I'll be the light that leads you home. When the world is tumbling down, I will be the ground that breaks your fall. I'll save you from it all. No. Through the fire we will go, underneath the sparks we glow. Take a chance, we don't have long, we'll be burning on and on. We'll be burning on and on.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Hey, I'd like to come take a look at the motorcycle. You home?
Sorry, man. I'm at work, and...
What's your security code?
Excuse me?
How do I turn off this alarm?
Who are you?
Is that your wife? Because she is balling.
Stay away from my wife.
911, what's your emergency?
Someone's trying to break into my house. Again?
Sir, this is the third time this week.
I just want to sell my bike.
Why don't you just list it with RumbleOn.com? They have an easy cash offer process that takes just 15 minutes, and they're publicly traded on the NASDAQ, so they're trustworthy. They'll pick up the bike for free, too. RumbleOn.com, the safest way to sell your bike online.
I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's premier home purchase lender. We've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates. Our exclusive Rate Shield approval. First, we lock your interest rate for up to 90 days. Then, if rates go up, your rate stays locked. But if rates go down, your rate drops. Either way, you win. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year fixed-rate loans. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply.
Imagine your dream carpet installed for free. The Home Depot offers all-inclusive free installation on minimum purchases of $699. No hidden fees and no surprises, so the dream carpet you want comes at the price you were expecting. Imagine free carpet installation that's actually free. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid on carpet priced $1 or more per square foot. Specialty items may be priced separately. License numbers available at homedepot.com/license numbers.
faith in me or a tiny spark, you can find your hope in me. Cause life is living on a cliff in the dark in the middle of an open sea. So everybody on the count of three, come on and jump with me. Gravity's got a hold on me, and I'm looking for something to set me free. Gravity's got a hold on me, and I'm looking for something to set me free. You know I gotta fly. 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 There is a place that I like to go, far above in the azure sky, where most of the things in this world don't matter. Never let life pass you by. So you've got to seize the day. The per diem is carpe. I took a trip on a train that showed me how paradise is right this way. Yeah, so I saw what's above the clouds, found a place I could levitate. Then took an elevator to the top floor, stopped at the water of the Golden Gates. Now it's my time to fly away and defy all the laws of the galaxy. Cause this time I'm finally free from the grasp of gravity. Everybody on the count of three, come on and jump with me. Everybody on the count of three, come on and jump with me. Gravity's got a hold on me, and I'm looking for something to set me free. You know I've gotta fly. You know I'm gonna 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 fly. Gravity ain't got no hold on me. You know I'm gonna fly. Gravity ain't got no.
No.
Boom.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
well,
big
we're
cam
here.
zams,
Hello.
baby. How we
Hey.
doing?
How's it going?
Wow.
We are in the building. Hello.
Yes.
Greetings.
We're in a building.
Hi.
We're in a house.
Or actually,
Sort of.
we're more like in a garage.
We are in a garage.
I mean, so if a building only has 3 walls, is it still a building?
yes.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
it's
always
a
a building.
lean-to
It's a building, but is it a room?
I'm gonna go with yes,
Okay.
because I think an enclosed porch can still be a room, even if there's that would be enclosed completely.
Yeah, exactly.
enclosed.
That's how it's 4 walls.
But I mean, there's the garage door would count as a wall, theoretically. I mean, there's a wall
That was
attached to the
about a
garage
7.
door.
I mean, we're talking about
It's Cuddy. Cuddy, bub.
Nice.
I think we're splitting.
I mean, I'm
hairs
just gonna ask chat. Is a building with 3 walls a room? I'm sure one of these guys.
who has an architecture degree. Well, I don't know if
So
that's
who-
even necessary.
You can't.
I can
fool-
build some shit, but I don't have the degree.
What is a hyphal?
Oh no, he said it. Said it.
What's a hyphal?
Can't
that a
fool-
troll
you, can't-
word?
You can't fool me.
Is that a troll word, dude?
Yeah, you can't fool me.
Is that a troll thing?
So can I just say what's a high fill?
No, apparently
What?
we can't say that.
Now say it.
No, we can't say it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. I know it's a. You're.
Is that like a man? It smelled like ligma in here or what?
Dude, that
yeah,
Ligma
I'm pretty
thing,
sure it's a
no.
Ligma thing.
Gotta be one of those trolly things. So how's everybody doing? We're all back. What's
Yeah.
going on? Trent, were you here last week at all?
No, he
no.
wasn't.
Yes,
I was at a
Saturday.
family birthday party.
Family birthday.
I
It's
saw
weird.
the post.
Yeah,
it looked cool.
it was weird because it was like in the shitty part of Fort Worth. Pardon my French.
Uh-huh.
It's in
It's in the-
Olive.
it was in the French part of Fort Worth.
Wait, like, are we talking like South Fort
Yeah.
Worth?
Well, I mean, I get it was like literally you drove in. Okay, so this is how crappy this area was. Like, you get there and it looks like okay, these houses are clearly run down. You know, it could just be old people that don't take care of their crap, like chain link fences, stuff like that, run down houses.
Making some
And so-
assumptions about old people.
Well,
there.
no, I'm just saying because they just weren't taking care of it. Clearly, it's not a HOA. So we
Gotcha.
get there, we park in this vacant lot next to this house that's painted solid black. Okay. And we're like, is this like a venue? Is this someone's house? What is this weird place? And so we park, we're walking up the house across the street. There is an old crazy lady feeding raccoons with like dog bowls. Like has like a crowd of raccoons that she's
That's
feeding with dog
awesome.
bowls.
Feeding the raccoons.
No, that's great.
And she looks super crazy, like she thinks they're cats or something.
No, but that adds so much charm to your neighborhood.
The raccoons?
Oh,
dude, I don't know. And the place looked like a crack house. It was
Bolt would
bad.
find the optimistic
There's-
side of this.
I mean, like, how many neighborhoods can you say like, dude, that lady down there? I don't know how
No.
she gets her hair like that, but she feeds freaking raccoons.
It's a
and-
common saying or common trope that as soon as a raccoon family moves in down the street, your property values go up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Wait,
true.
I thought it was the
of course.
opposite way.
No, feral wildlife in your neighborhood will drive your property values up.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
That's
I'm not
fact.
gonna say
That's
a
all she
feral.
was doing was trying to help the hood, you know?
Okay, so but I guess it's this house where this guy. So this was the weirdest thing. So
Okay.
it's a house, a 2-story house. This guy's decked out like a party house that you rent out. But the dude lives there with his family and kids, and just whenever they have parties and stuff that are booked and have the house booked, they just hang out in one room of the house, and that's it.
They just
So
hang out
wait,
there
wait, wait,
while
wait.
everyone
Like-
else parties it up.
this was somebody. Okay, this is a person that rents their house out for a party
Yeah,
event.
but
like
there's
events?
literally There's when I say there's nothing in their house, except for probably in that one room. There's nothing in this house except for probably that one
Hold
room.
on,
Like
there's
there's
no
literally
chairs
on
or
purpose.
furniture
on purpose because it's
or-
in each room there's like a bar and there's like everything you would need to have like a full wet bar
Huh.
in each bedroom. Downstairs there's like 3 bars and it's just outside. It's all gravel and picnic tables and lights and everything like that. It's just, the dude said that his house, like he's like, yeah, we're booked until January every weekend.
Huh.
This is like
And he just lives there.
Airbnb for drinking, for alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Alcoholics.
sounds kind of cool, honestly.
Hey,
Yeah, and he
I mean-
owns the lot next to it that's a vacant lot and it's just grass and you just said people park over there. Boom. Bingo,
Dude,
bango, bongo.
What's
Interesting.
What's the cost like to rent his place?
I didn't go that far.
Well, how do you think? Like, if you had a ballpark it?
I couldn't even
Okay.
tell you.
Yeah.
Like I would say not much because of how crappy the house was ultimately.
Yeah.
But I bet it's more than what you
Well,
think. You know
even
what I
for
mean?
a party, I mean, if you end up splitting it usually, so it's like even a couple $100 wouldn't be a big deal, or like $500.
Yeah.
And if you do that every, 4 times a month,
See, I wonder if he ever
Dude,
gets into trouble with
pretty good.
underage like drinking on his property.
Yeah, I
How's
was.
that his responsibility?
See,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
if it's the
It's like if
landlord,
you rent a hotel room.
It's kind of finicky. Well, it's kind of along the lines of like he owns the property,
But he's
but
not
he's
supplying
not
anything.
supplying
Right.
it directly.
That's true.
So it's like
It's probably has it set up to where I'm assuming you have to have licensing if you're like doing a hotel type thing.
Well,
Yeah.
not for like
A B&B.
B&B or no B&B you do, but Airbnb you don't like.
no Airbnb is
yeah,
pretty cut and
there's
dry.
yeah.
Isn't one of them you have to be like 20 something? Don't you have to be a certain age
To rent?
Like maybe you have to have special
Or
insurance.
is that
something.
actually only cars? I know
But
cars.
cars
is
are
like
25.
Dang.
Yeah,
it's
cars is
25.
25.
Don't you think if the rental car places know that, then they should probably do that for a license? Like you shouldn't get a license till you're 25, right?
I mean,
In
you'd have
theory,
a,
right?
Yeah, but you'd have a lot. You get a lot of flack, especially in the U.S. We're,
Oh, so
we're
here
really
it is.
car.
So here it is. It's so. I guess what it is. It's actually so. According to this guy, he bought it to be like a like an art gallery.
And then realize that
So
artists are all broke.
Well, I don't know what the guy was thinking of doing, but Google the Black House. Can we pull that up on the screen and you can see it?
Yeah.
It's the Black
Let's
House
go
in
to the
Fort
main
Worth.
dad.
Black House.
Let's pimp 'em
Fort
out,
Worth?
man.
Yeah, you should have said. Yeah, I told him we were gonna pimp him out on a stream.
Oh.
Not
I mean,
that-
I personally didn't talk to the guy but
okay.
her cousin Aaron did, and that just seems so weird because everyone's getting wasted, and him and his family are in this room.
That's a little strange.
Yeah, so just click on the
Hey,
just
5
click on the
stars
photos.
though, dude. 18 reviews, 5 stars.
Yeah, I mean,
4.8 actually.
so it was weird, but it doesn't mean it was bad. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's literally a black.
Yeah,
house.
yeah. And
Well-
that vacant lot right next to it, and there's the back area.
That's
It's like
here's
a
the thing,
photo
that's-
booth setup.
That's super iconic, though. That's
Yeah,
super
like,
iconic.
this is artsy fartsy right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
that's pretty cool actually. Party house, baby.
It definitely is.
Huh.
So I mean, that's where I was
that is
last
some
Friday.
good web design. That is some real good web design. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
you could totally use some Ventura booking software.
Oh, you're right.
Oh my goodness. Come on,
Hmm.
bro.
Yep.
Okay, weddings, stuff like that. All right, cool. Book today. Sorry, that's
Time to give this guy a call.
Yep, I'm gonna add him to the list. That's a cool looking house though, honestly. Hey. All right, cool.
So I mean, maybe he has like his personal stuff like hidden, like he pulls it out during the week. But man, when we were there was nothing there other than the bar.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a section of the house that's really not accessible.
Should we go to girls' art
Yeah.
camp?
Yeah,
Sure. Yoga with Allie?
Uh,
I think we'll just skip that for now.
but yeah, that's where I was
Anyways.
at last
All
Friday.
right. Very cool.
How was last weekend for you?
sure. It was good.
You know, I don't even remember what we talked about. Probably some nerdy stuff. And yeah, dude. Daddy showed up for a little bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we had Saul there for a little bit.
How was everyone's week?
It's been good.
Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Can't
children
complain.
started school again.
Did you like in school?
Dude, it worked out. You know, they split up the twins into different classrooms, so we had to fix that. We're like, we want to leave them together. It's
Well,
a
yeah,
lot
and
easier.
you
Do
don't
you
want to
have
do
that
like
choice?
Do you feel like they did that intentionally, just to kind of they felt like, oh man, twins? Oh
No,
no.
you actually get that choice most of the time.
Okay.
They ask you beforehand. When they first start, they ask you, and apparently we're supposed to tell them every year. So, but we forgot this year, and then they ended up, because we didn't want to deal with 2 different teachers and 2 different, whatever their plans
Oh,
were.
that makes a lot of sense.
Screw that. If we have
Yeah.
one, they're going on different field trips. Like, come on, dude.
Right.
But no, it worked out. They ended up in the same class, and I saw that they had iPads already and Chromebooks in their classroom.
Good.
That's why I surprised them with some Chromebooks when they got
Nice.
home.
Nice.
For their first day of school.
I'm actually super excited that they're using those at all.
Dude.
And yeah, that's leveraging on technology.
Oh yeah, and they love it, dude. Kids YouTube, they got, App Store to play whatever games they want,
They get to watch Ninja and Mythic stream during the classroom.
Yeah. They should just just bring his stream up during social studies.
Yeah, I don't know about Mythic, man. He cusses.
Does
yeah,
Mythic?
he's been acting kind of weird, right?
I don't know. I haven't watched his stuff recently.
I heard some drama around Mythic and Ninja recently, but I didn't read
I heard
too much
some
into it.
Ninja drama because he was like
Can't get into it, man.
talking ish about Drake or whatever.
Was he really?
Well, he mentioned that Drake realized that I probably have a market that he's interested in reaching, and that's why he came and played with me.
Mythic said that?
No,
Or Ninja said
Ninja
that?
said that.
on
Okay.
stream. And we're like, hold on, don't you think he maybe just helped you out?
Yeah.
Because he has 10,000 more followers.
He's
millions and millions of more followers.
10 times richer than you currently are, even though you're a multimillionaire.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what's
You kind of backfired him.
What's kind of lame about, I don't know, I've especially considering how Twitch, even though for someone of Ninja's stature, he's got hundreds of, tens of thousands of people watching him at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
However, it's because you have the capability of immediately connecting with this person. Of course, with someone that big, the chances of a comment or a donation being read from you at all is pretty slim. But the fact that you can more easily access this person, being referred to as a market, seems pretty. I mean, it's not wrong.
No, it's not
But
wrong.
it feels kind of like to
Right.
downplay the very one-on-one nature of Twitch, and
Well, I like what you're saying.
it feels rude. It feels super rude to his followers. The thing being is it's. I don't know. I don't like it.
I agree with you. I don't like it either, but it's the same thing that started so before Twitch was a thing. I know initially Twitch was Justin TV or whatever, and I mean I can't say that I know how big of a deal JTV was whenever it was in its prime or whatever. But I can say people that are Instagram famous, and Snapchat, mainly Instagram famous, because that's been around for a while, and people that promote products and stuff, and they're basically paid money by sponsors due to how many followers. It's the same thing with Twitter too, because you're tapping a market.
$5,000 if you have this many people, $10,000 if you have this many people. The interaction. I mean, it's all business.
Well, and it's not right. And it also what it comes down to is it's not. So there was an article that came out about say for instance Selena Gomez and Kylie Jenner get. Which one? As long as it's not Kylie Jenner, you were doing that too. I'm good.
The first one.
Yeah, Selena Gomez. Yeah.
Stick back with me in a bit on the second.
Okay, no.
After a few more Bud Lights.
Maybe. Okay, yeah, I see that. Okay.
Wait, you said Caitlyn Jenner, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Olympic athlete.
So
She's cute.
hey, man,
it's
those legs, man. Those runners' legs. So no. Anyways, so Selena Gomez and Kylie Jenner and these people.
Someone say hentai.
These people who are celebrities in their own right without Instagram get paid more money per post than Instagrammers do. With what they call influencers, I think there's a term.
Yeah, I feel that's social influencers,
and,
social
and I don't want to get into the politics around it, but the economics of it sound wrong to me, because if you look at some of the people who get paid, say, $10,000 to $20,000 per post, versus what Kylie Jenner would get paid, which I think she got paid $1 million for one particular advertiser. Right. And I think that, and if you look at the number of followers between these two people, you're talking one post that's getting 6 million likes or hits or whatever, and you're getting paid $10,000 because you're not famous in your own right. You're famous because of Instagram. And I don't think that's right, because you're still talking about an advertiser. I mean, yeah, the advertiser's getting a hell of a deal. Let's just put it that way, because it's still reaching all of these people who daily go on this person's thread to see what they do, so that they can do those same things. Especially with the girls who do YouTube makeup tutorials and then have an Instagram, things like that. Those are you go, and I get Kylie Jenner has her own cosmetics brand, but these girls who are sporting MAC or L'Oreal or I don't know. But
yeah, is this your forte?
this is what I studied in school is cosmetics. No, it's just it's ridiculous to me that these Instagram models, these people who are reaching all of these people are getting paid less than someone just because this other person's a celebrity.
You got to think a celebrity probably has followers that are also celebrities, which also spreads amongst celebrities, which hits a lot more people.
But that's an assumption, not a metric. You can
I'm
really...
sure they can find that metric though.
Okay,
well, and
if
also,
yeah, go ahead.
Not to interrupt you, but on that note, you got to think like there's a secret Tinder that you can only get into that's unlocked by Tinder if you're of a certain stature financially and celebrity wise.
Wait, is that actually a thing?
That's true.
Is that what that email was?
Is that a thing?
I got into that. Grinder Gold. That's what I got. Grinder Gold.
Yeah, it's the Grinder package. No,
it's just
so
Grinder Gold package.
There is a.
Yeah, I want to see if there's a Grinder Gold now.
There is a.
I don't know if I should.
Well, I bring that up because you're just saying like, can they tap into that? Yes, they can. Because there's obvious proof that Tinder's doing it, and there's a separate Tinder you can only get if you're a celebrity.
But the difference between Tinder and Instagram is that Tinder,
not that kind of grinder.
Wow, that's awesome.
Definitely not that kind of grinder.
So no, it's just that.
And her face. Look at that lady's face at the top. Scroll up. She's like, "That's not what you were looking for."
Okay. I know, and here's the thing though. If you really look at some of the, if you look at top end brands, right? So like your Louis Vuittons and all these top end brands that you would think would sell to higher status individuals, those are not the companies that are billion trillion dollar companies. The huge companies, the companies that the most like cash to throw around are ones who mass produce shit for people. Like you're talking. I mean, I know Walmart doesn't advertise that much on Instagram. I'm sure they do to some extent, but I mean, you look about Walmart. Walmart's the largest, is the largest retailer in the U.S. And obviously, Kylie Jenner's not gonna. Obviously, maybe she does.
Well, I mean,
I was saying that
you could speak to like Samsung using Fortnite to boost
Yeah.
sales.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy to think about. That's the way they think about advertising these days.
So I'd like to ask a question, Jacob. You were saying you're put off by reducing a Twitch following down to a almost like a market. So I mean, what is so? I'm gonna ask you a question, and I know the answer, but I want to get your feedback and opinion on it.
Do ya?
Is Ninja a brand?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a really
So,
good question.
Part two to this.
Go ahead.
If Ninja is a brand and he has consumers,
then that makes it a market. Yes. It's less about the fact that I realize what he said is completely true. It's more.
You personally would take it to more of a personal level.
Yes.
Right.
If I were like listening to him talk about like the people watching at that point, like me included, it would be a little off-putting.
Well, I mean, is it almost nicer for him to like talk about it at least openly instead of closed door? You know, because I mean, someone's talking.
Well,
like
and
that.
see that's the thing is that like again, it's like I completely understand that that's how it's treated.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's along the lines of I would prefer a different use of vernacular.
Right.
Just I would prefer to be a group of a follow, like be in a following, be in a group, be in a.
It makes you feel like you're just a wallet.
I think that's why a lot of the YouTubers or streamers use like nicknames for their group.
Which is honestly it's a great tool.
Fam Squad.
Think,
Come on, Fam Squad. Let's go, baby. Woo. I don't know who does that one.
But on that
somebody
note,
probably does.
I think that's PewDiePie, maybe. No, he makes fun of that. I don't know who it is.
So as I say, like I like watching like wholesome Twitch videos, like compilations where it's just streamers doing wholesome things.
Yeah.
And there was one
As
where
long as it's not Mr. Beast. Like, because Mr. Beast is the one who every once in a while will go and like donate $1,000 or whatever to some random Twitch person.
Yeah, he's kind of, you can tell he's like a spoiled.
Yeah, he's a
spoiled kid.
He's kind of a spoiled kid. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy.
No.
By any means. I'm sure he's a nice person, but it just seems like it almost seems like he's just throwing his dick around. Sorry, but
I mean,
if
you have the extra slack, you should probably just throw it.
Get it circumcised.
See, but what happens to
no,
his stuff?
That's not how it works.
Well, a lot
Can
of
you confirm that that's not? That's not how that works, right?
Yes, I know that.
Okay.
A lot of
making sure. It's just You're not trimming some off the
Ryan,
top. So
what
to
were you
speak.
saying, Ryan?
A lot of what his things are, which if you watch some of his videos, a lot of them are sponsored. So a company has paid for him to donate money.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it's not as scummy as you think, although he started off just throwing his
Dennis
own
said
parents'
better
cash.
change the scene, but he spelled
I think that was
scene
earlier
wrong.
in
What's on the scene?
I
No,
wouldn't
I
say
don't know.
I wouldn't say necessarily like I didn't say it was like coming from a bad place or scummy
No.
necessarily. I
Right.
mean, it kind of came off that way, like I'm upset
right,
about it. But
right. It almost no, but I know what you're saying though, because it seems like there's some spoiled brat throwing money at other spoiled brats.
Well, I think the word that I would use, like disingenuous to me. It doesn't seem like he's not donating the money to somebody out of the goodness of his heart. He's not doing it for that reason. I mean, I don't want to go and assume what's inside this guy's
but
head,
you know the guy didn't hard work or earn all that money, and then
and
I'm going to give all of this money to this guy because I really love him.
So then I have two things. I want to finish my story from earlier really quick. Speaking to what Jacob was saying, how it kind of makes you feel lesser than like a sack of money. Like I was watching this one dude. This guy was playing. God, I think he was playing Rust, and he was just like his character was naked in Rust, running around. And then he found another character that was naked running around in Rust. And it happened to be a guy that was watching his stream trying to find it, like just playing around.
Yeah.
And happened to run into him. And then the dude like Skyped him in or something. The guy was like all crying about like literally crying because of how happy he was to be talking to his favorite streamer on air.
Yeah.
Talking about how much it means to him just to be like able to talk to him and connect to him because he doesn't have many friends.
Right.
I think that's a very real cool thing. So I can see Jacob's point of how it.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing is that like I feel that a Twitch connection is still a very personal one, even if there's thousands of people watching. Like,
right.
Well, dude, even with the small stuff, I mean, we had a small stream going the other night, and we were playing Paladins.
Oh, I was there.
And this younger dude was happy that we, one, invited him, and then two, didn't make fun of his voice.
Yeah, which is
that's all he said. He was like, "I'm so happy you didn't like delete me right away because of my voice."
Then he started shit talking Saul.
Wait, is it because Saul was so sweaty?
no, actually it was like he was crap talking his healing, but then at the very end, like all of the chat was like, "Dude, good healing."
Yeah,
so
Saul was doing a good job.
I think it was I first
guess
night playing too.
Maybe just the big takeaway here, but at least for me personally, is that yes, if you get big in Twitch or YouTube Live or whatever, yes, I understand you have a market, but be graceful in that.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Be graceful in the fact that you have a following large enough to pay your bills and large enough to actually, honestly, build a pretty cushy life for you.
Well,
good.
I was gonna say that there's actually lots of studies going on where all the Twitch streamers and stuff like this isn't gonna last forever. Like there's right now basically a bubble that's like so to speak a bubble of all of these Twitch streamers that are basically getting like, because you're almost paid like a contractor whenever you're making this much money. It's like if you're not like setting this aside, like this isn't something you can do your whole life.
No,
and you're seeing the collapse as far as like major streamers. Like there's one big streamer for Counter-Strike that's been around for years, literally quit his job to do full-time streaming and YouTube videos. Like he's running out of money, and it's just depressing because he's just trying to figure out how to tap back into the market, but his stream is just dying.
I think the way that people work as far as like our attention span online is like almost, you could be cool and then gone in 5 seconds. So it's not like it's going to last forever.
I think it's a part of that. And I think it's the part of that. Does he still only play Counter-Strike?
Well, I mean, he does get into other stuff, but
most of it's Counter-Strike.
But so the thing is, like, I think there's some people that you watch because they're good at the game, but then some people that you watch because they have the good personality.
Right.
Yeah. But there's also a big group of those people that have the good personality because they're good at their game they're playing.
Okay.
And so it's like I think in my opinion, he has a hard time tapping into that personality because he's only really good at Counter-Strike, and when he plays another game, it's just like watching an average guy play.
That's the issue, because the big issue there is that he's only great at Counter-Strike, and
he did make a good PUBG video and some good stuff, but it's just like PUBG. That market's basically gone now.
But if he's not consistent, and if he's not on the hot game, which right now is Fortnite, and if he's not Unfortunately, at this point, it's pretty tapped out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, even like the major streamer like Shroud, he only streams Rainbow Six and Call of Duty now.
Yeah, I mean, like the only reason we had viewers the other day is because we played Paladins and there weren't many people playing it.
Right. So it like bumped you up to.
Yeah. I mean, there's weird like it's almost like you have your like little niche group that only watches that kind of thing, and that's what you have to do. But also, it has to be like super entertaining because people are choosing this over watching a television show or a very, well edited YouTube series. I mean, you sit there and go, "Holy crap!"
Or a terribly edited YouTube.
Yeah,
series.
I mean, there's those. Like PewDiePie, like crap. Look at PewDiePie stuff. He's the most subscribed on YouTube.
Some of the crap I've seen on YouTube that's my favorite is the worst put together crap. Like the G.I. Joe dubs. Those are hilarious.
So we actually just got I'm a Dex. Just he watches for the bromances.
Okay,
nice. Thank you.
Hey, so I gotta say, if you don't have some guy love in your life between you and your homies, man, you're doing something wrong.
We're playing footsies under the table right now.
Yeah,
it's true.
Like, because I've been friends with these people for such a long time, so I mean, there could be like no one watching, and it's still just fun. Like this, honestly, I love you, Twitch people, and everyone watching home, but we're not doing this for you. We're just doing this to have an excuse to hang out and talk.
Yeah, honestly, we would be doing the same thing just without the cameras and the mics if
this
we did
just
that.
gives us as an excuse to do it every Friday night.
It gives us a reason to do it as adults,
Yeah, and I get to tell my girlfriend that actually she's we've had a conversation about this, and she actually likes that I go do this because she knows that it makes me happy. Like it's something that I like to do.
I'm so happy it makes you.
Thank you. I'm happy
because she has her boyfriend over too. I'm just teasing.
She just texted me. She's already asleep. So yeah, Bolt's already here. So
no, but that's the same thing with my wife. She's like, oh well, at least like I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
at least I get some time with my pocket rocket.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with female masturbation. It is just as healthy as male masturbation.
Wrong, and it's and
it's bad.
As long as the girth is smaller than mine, we're good.
How did you decide what color mics your mics were? Was there a fight? Honestly,
mine was pink the last time I got here, man. So I don't know what happened. I think.
Wait,
I think
so. Really?
Yeah, I think Dede's sweat on it.
Oh my God.
So I'll say this. So me and Ryan both. I think we both have the same two favorite colors.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you just
kind of worked out.
You kind of got the choice of green, and then I got purple, which is cool because I like purple.
I mean, honestly, I set it all up, but I was trying to do color coding because all the chords match.
It looks good.
And that was really the only reason behind it.
Yeah.
Other than I did do pink and purple, trying to make Trent and Ryan look, a little gayer.
Yeah, but we enjoyed it.
They liked it.
We liked it.
It's okay. That's why you're here, though, because you're here for the bromance.
Exactly. I know Boldt specifically loves blue.
I do.
And that's
it's a good color.
That's his logo colors and everything. Yeah. So I mean, I knew he wanted that for sure.
Yes.
So I don't want to end the conversation on Twitch streamers and why they're famous and if they're just tapping a market at the right place, right time kind of thing. But
yeah,
what else we got today?
We actually have honestly isn't a bad segue because do we want to talk about people tapping markets?
What?
Ooh.
Tapping markets.
Oh, specifically when it comes to YouTube and censorship.
Oh, right. We're moving the censorship topic.
Yeah. Oh, are we going to talk about some ASMR?
Oh, no.
Is all ASMR getting censored?
Only if Alex Jones is ASMR.
Well, no. So I did. So I read if we're talking about weird things you can find on YouTube, I know how to find weird things on YouTube.
I'm not surprised.
And I could say it's...
what are we defining as weird exactly? Because that is...
Porn. Really weird porn. And then also...
Are we talking...
So I'm talking about just normal porn. I'm talking about, normal porn on YouTube. And I'm talking about over-sexualized and adult and violent themed cartoons aimed at children.
Yeah, you can find that.
Super gross. And it's super creepy. And it's almost one of those things, like if you accidentally find it, you feel like you're probably going to have someone knock on your door because you found it.
No, you just have to report them though.
Is that are we talking a ton of unlisted links or something like that?
So it's just, it's based on keyword search, and you're searching for a specific type of phrases, and it takes you to this weird section where it's usually only a kid would find this stuff, and it's stuff like Elsa and like Mickey Mouse and Disney lookalike characters, but doing all sorts of weird,
Is it like
provocative
Rule
stuff.
34 type stuff? I mean, we talking like
We're talking like so we're
legitimate?
talking about like so some of it's cartoon, like Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, which
like
is
that
obvious,
level.
but it's obviously
Yeah.
not. That is obviously not directed at children.
But this is obviously directed
Well,
towards.
this will be like Mickey Mouse looking
Yeah.
character, but then they're like getting drunk and falling
Are we
over,
talking
and they're
about, like,
bleeding
slamming
out
slamming Mickey Mouse in the shower and all this other stuff.
So
kinda-
in some of it, the algorithms were picked up to where they were thrown on kids' YouTube.
Yeah.
So that was a problem, but I do believe most of them, like almost all of them, have been cleared off of
Yeah,
there.
it's getting a lot better. But yeah,
Because trust me,
Huh.
like my kids use kids' YouTube all the time. So I mean, my 2-year-old's a pro at it already, which is
So-
scary.
So can I this because we brought up the topic of censorship, and I think this will lead into some of the conclusion we'll come to. This will kind of help bring us to the conclusion we'll come to later, if we do to come to one, which we probably never will. But the question here is whose responsibility is it at that point? And I'm not talking about like parents' responsibility. That's not. I don't want to even like bring that in here because I don't think that really at this point, like if your kid's on YouTube Kids, like there's a reasonable expectation that someone's responsible for the content it puts out there.
I'd
Just
like
like PBS, you can sit your kid down in front of PBS and just hope that porn doesn't come up, but there's a reasonable expectation there that porn won't pop up on PBS.
So I'd like to go around the room and ask. So that question that you just said,
yeah,
who do you think's to blame for it, or who should be held responsible, and why? I want everyone to answer that just to see what everyone's saying. Like, what is your thought on this?
Like, okay, hold on. You mean how that particular content got on that section of YouTube, or who's responsible for, in general, what content is on YouTube? Like, what content is even allowed?
So obviously, whoever's in charge of the website itself is in charge of what type of content's allowed. I think that's a pretty obvious point.
Okay.
YouTube is responsible
Yeah,
for
I
that.
think the YouTube algorithms just have to be honed, and I think mistakes will be made. Obviously,
But who's responsible? So I guess I'm sorry if I misinterpreted what you were saying. I always thought you were going in the way of like who's actually responsible and liable for that actually being there and going by unnoticed for years.
Yeah, that's kind of that's
I really feel like I'm just gonna go straight to the source and say the uploader is the one at fault. It's one along the lines of YouTube built a house, built an empty barn, an empty stable, for say, hey, put stuff in here, have fun. Like they didn't say like, of course maybe there was not as many
there's
regulations,
terms of service, but who's going to read through that?
Well,
No
but
one.
it's more along the lines of they're not the ones that put the malicious content there in the first place.
No.
And and you could say, well, YouTube should have checked it. Yes, but we're also dealing with a million upon a million different stables that they have to manage, and you can't exactly. You only have so many people,
right? Like they have safe search, but that's not going to do much for specific searching. And it's they have. I mean, these tools are very new, so I think because I'm going through this now with, they have like a new app for parents to monitor their Android devices for kids. Because, I mean, I'm sitting here going, well, for these devices, like if my kids have Chromebooks, well, they need Google accounts to operate them.
Yep.
So now what do? You can't make an account that's 13 and under. Now you can, and it has to be done by a parent. Parent has to log in to do everything. So there's a lot of new things coming out, and the rules are still being set in place. Basically, there's new things coming out, and mistakes are going to be made. Kids are going to see content they shouldn't, and that's just because the algorithms have to get better. Things have to improve over time. It will be perfected to a certain point.
So I'm gonna go with a counterpoint.
Okay.
But I'm gonna comment on what Dex said and then say something.
All right.
So I am Dex said if YouTube built it, shouldn't they also have the responsibility to tear it down if it's causing harm? And I'm gonna say my response to that. It's always so. I go back to the guy that ran the Pirate Bay and him going to jail. So I blame the host in the website itself for not building out a system that would inevitably prevent the content from getting to other people and children. Because it's so I get it. Like it's it's the uploader that should be responsible and should not do that. But you should know that if you're having a site where someone has an upload button, you can put whatever you want in it. So if you're gonna let me as a minor go to your website and actually like search whatever I want and see anything that was just uploaded in the last 2 seconds, you should have a built-in function to literally catch everything. So it's your fault. It's YouTube's fault for doing it, and they should be held responsible because they're actually hosting it.
I disagree.
I mean, and that's fair. There's a thin line because they're both at fault, but who should ultimately be held responsible?
Ultimately, it's the parent, though, that if you have a minor and you're giving them access to YouTube, you should realize that there are things on YouTube they should not be seeing.
I just want to point out that the kids' YouTube thing where that stuff was infiltrated by all that gross stuff, I read about that like 6 months ago.
Right.
And that's actually, I did some research into it. That's been going on since 2013.
Well, are we talking YouTube or are we talking kids YouTube?
We're talking about YouTube and kids YouTube.
Well, I mean, you have to judge them separately because once something is branded kids, then I assume it's up to YouTube to make it kids appropriate.
Yeah.
But if it's not branded kids, then that's totally up to the parents to if you're allowing your kids to be on
I
there,
agree. And kids YouTube hasn't always been a thing either.
Right. Even on kids YouTube, I monitor my children the whole time because it's like I'm not sure what they could stumble upon that might be weird.
And also, I'd like to point out, last point, then I'm going to switch it over to you, but suggested videos. And I think the biggest grief about these suggested videos, whenever you're on these, like, you get kind of, when you're watching these inappropriate kids videos, the suggested videos on the side, the image is just of naked women and like naked cartoon characters and like naked Elsa getting plowed by a dinosaur, and that's what was that's what was showing up to these kids.
Is that on kids YouTube though?
I mean, I can't recall if it was specifically kids, but I mean, it shouldn't be on normal YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
yes and no.
There shouldn't be uncensored cartoon porn on YouTube.
I mean, it's tough. Though. I mean, it's a tough
that's
job.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm just saying.
Because also, you can medically look up a breast exam and find a titty.
Yeah,
I mean, you can find a titty on YouTube.
Yeah, you can find titties on YouTube in 2 seconds if you have a brain.
Right. So, do they block everyone with tits, or do they block any nudity? Which they have
I'm just saying, you can't find a ding dong as fast.
So I'm gonna actually
let's see.
Share the wieners.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring in what Dex just said, and Dex wants to know: doesn't YouTube own whole or in part all the content on their website?
Yes.
I don't believe that's the case.
No, I think it's
No, I'm actually pretty sure that's not the case.
Are you sure?
Well, because you do upload it with usually a YouTube standard license, so I'm not sure what all that entails.
I'm pretty sure you own the rights to your own content that you put on YouTube. Therefore,
so there's not a Facebook clause that says you're signing over the rights to this.
So because the Facebook owns all your stuff.
Well, and
YouTube is paying you for the access to your
Let's
content.
just use LiveLeak and stop complaining.
Now here there is something said about not necessarily trademarks or copyright, but plagiarism laws.
Right.
May come into play here, but I know for a fact that, like, say you make a post on Facebook.
Right.
And that post is, say, a short story or a poem or whatever, and somebody takes that and then monetizes it. In other words, makes money off of it. If somebody starts making money off of your content that you originally created, then no matter where you posted it at, it doesn't matter if it's on Facebook or on I don't know, MySpace. If somebody takes that content and makes money out of it, you have a case for copyright infringement.
Right. You can basically you can report that I actually own that content that they use. Yeah. So now any money they make off that video goes to you.
And I believe that video falls under that into that category of, if you were the original poster, if you put that content up, you own the rights to that. Even if it's on YouTube's website, you own the rights to that.
So here's the thing, though, is that based on the article that Duckworth pulled up, and also the article that I'm pulling up over here, is that it's kind of like a yes, but mostly a no.
Right.
Well, it's a yes and no because that's how they get away with flagging and removing your stuff so easily, right?
Right. And so the thing being is that when you're dealing with that, like, that's how YouTube's making money off of, like,
your stuff.
Off of your stuff. And it's kind of like the trade-off of, like, hey, we'll host your stuff for free, but by the way, we're going to pull in money. Oh,
right.
You're getting big. You're getting, like, a lot of following here. here's a fairly large share of ad revenue. Keep making content for us so that
As an
way we
incentive,
don't have to.
Still some type of partnership.
Well, here's the thing, though. At the end of that, regardless, you still own full rights to the content that you're posting and publishing on their web service.
Right. In other words, if you decided that you no longer wanted your content on their website, you could say
you could pull it.
And that's how think about stuff like the Double Rainbow guy and all those videos you can't find on YouTube anymore. It's because Daniel Tosh, like an effing Nazi, bought all the rights to that crap, and you can't find it on YouTube anymore.
That's kind of cool, though.
All right,
is it?
Because now you gotta
puts it
go
on
watch
Comedy Central, and it's terrible. No one watches that crap.
What? Tosh.0?
No.
No, the
I watch
Comedy
every
Central
episode.
website?
Yeah.
Oh, no. But I watch every episode of Tosh.0.
The only point that I'm trying to make is that and I think that's a great question on Dex's part, is because YouTube does not own the rights for the malicious content that you are uploading or that anyone is uploading to their web service. Therefore, they're not really legally obligated. And while they should they should definitely be very careful about pruning what content does get uploaded to their servers.
Yeah.
They're not quite as liable for this data that their stables are housing. And I at the end of the day, I feel like it's the uploader that should be held accountable.
So if you open, wasn't there someone that just got charged with providing a network for people to sell drugs to each other?
Yeah,
it wasn't like
Silk Road.
That was a while ago.
Well, yeah, but the guy that basically made the Pirate Bay got put to jail too.
Yeah,
sent to jail too.
He tried to argue the case that I just made the place. I didn't.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like let's not say that that's not how it usually goes. It's usually the host or owner of the website is the one that gets busted if someone's if they're putting illegal content there.
Illegal. I don't think it's illegal to put weird cartoons
no,
online.
I'm just saying in general, like, because that's the only example we have is someone gets busted for
I think
illegal
either
content.
way you have to report. I think it's they're saying that it's up to you to report the fact that people are using your site for all illegal activities and you see it going on.
Right.
Gotcha. And you have the ability to
allowing
block it and you're not doing that.
Yeah. Well, and that kind of brings in to kind of the next point behind all this. So if we can hold YouTube responsible in an ethical or illegal or ethical sense for whatever content they put up. I mean, legality is not always clear as mud. Right. I mean, and also ethics are not always clear. And there's overlap in ethics and the legal system, but they're not the same. Yeah. Like something that is ethical may not actually be legal, and something that's legal may not actually be ethical. So what it comes down to is it ethical what YouTube is doing, or is it unethical? Because what they're doing is legal, completely legal. How they've been operating so far is completely legal. It's within the law.
Right.
Is it ethical or not? That's the question. And then specifically what I wanted to bring up, because we had talked about it before.
This is a good segue.
So in the case of Alex Jones, they flagged him several times for what they called hate speech. I don't want to get into it if it is or it isn't. I don't think so. If we can let's just assume that what YouTube defined as hate speech, Alex Jones was doing. For the sake of argument, let's say that that's what he was doing. Mm-hmm. Hate speech is not illegal.
But
being that YouTube is a company that operates within the U.S. for the most part, they are a multinational corporation. But and we take free speech to be, we value free speech very highly. Is it okay for them to pull content?
Yes.
For
across the board, yes.
It's okay for them to pull
just like if you have a private business, I could say, dude, you are that color, you are that religion. I'm not making you a cake. I'm not doing this for you.
Unless of a racist way. There was a case. Just to go a little political about it.
Yeah.
So there was a case where a man applied at Hooters to be a waiter.
Yeah.
And got turned down because it didn't match it didn't match their core culture or anything. It didn't match the image they were representing. And so they turned him down and said, "No, you're not allowed to be a waiter, but you could be a cook."
Yeah, 1 second. I'm at X. Yeah, you're completely right. YouTube is not a public domain. It's been decided. And so that's why they're legal. They're not legally obligated to host your content. And essentially that's what it comes. Okay, sorry. Continue.
So Hooters got sued, and I think this got all the way to like super high up.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Supreme Court, but I think it got pretty high. But
No,
anyways,
I think it was a state Supreme Court though. I think it was a court case within like a larger court case within a state.
And Hooters won, and they were allowed to discriminate based on sex for that because it was basically their core like culture and what their restaurant was.
So it's actually how they came. It's how they defined their employees.
Yeah.
So if you define so Hooters waitresses or servers are under a different type of employment. They're not what a normal server would be. Like a normal server is there's a specific category for that type of employment. They're under like this is something akin to being a model. Like, because in other words, it's illegal for you to discriminate based on gender and looks in general for any position. But if you're hiring models, that's not illegal. Right. You could within the law only hire white or black
I don't
models.
even think I don't even think that's a part of it. I think they flat out just won because they're saying that. I mean, we only promote like our theme is girl waitresses.
And that
well,
could be
okay. Think about, I mean, if you were running a movie and now your movie is I need Indians.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
you're gonna hire Indians, and you're not gonna be sued.
Just out of curiosity,
right.
which Indians?
Dot or feather.
Well, let's say
Oh, sorry. We actually would say Native Americans. Sorry.
Native Americans. Yeah,
we are at the point where we are saying Native Americans using the term more correctly, or indigenous peoples of America.
Anyways, I want to say YouTube has every right to stake it to Alex Jones, and I'm pretty sure his crap got shut down because of the illegal ways he was broadcasting it.
And he's a nut.
Like straight up, like he had like a fake radio tower and broadcasting over radio waves illegals,
really?
right?
He was illegally broadcasting via
That's
radio?
what I read. That's why his station got shut down.
No, he was legally broadcasting.
You can legally broadcast. I mean, you can legally broadcast over.
No, you still have to abide by FEC
what it is
regulations.
What it is was hate speech.
Yeah,
because. And everyone kind of planned to do it at the same time, all this social media. It's mostly because of, which is touchy, he had an incident where...
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
He had an incident where he had a conspiracy about the Sandy Hook killings and said that was...
They were crisis actors.
That was all fake.
Yeah.
And then...
So...
became a huge deal where he was sued by like some of the parents... kids, and it was a big huge deal, and he had many strikes during that, and then over time. Now here's the problem though, is YouTube isn't very strict with this, because some people really don't get any strikes at all, and they get special treatment, and some people are now being removed.
So
and the same thing happens on Twitch, by the way,
which makes it where they
so frustrating.
So now it's like these companies now have control over the media you consume.
So now I
go to Twitch IRL and tell me that it's not a bunch of crap, that 90% of the Twitch IRL streamers are basically cam girls. Like that's 100% what it is, taking money from like kids. And there's no like...
are you just saying that because we're on IRL and not getting views?
No, no. And honestly,
are you just saying
we
that?
could have 4 views. That's fine.
I'm kidding.
But it's just... It's like a guy cannot take his shirt off on stream, but if you go to IRL, the number one streamer that's on 24/7, she basically has no top on.
Okay. And there's a girl that's like, oh, nip slip, this happened, this happened, this happened.
And
it's cool. It's all right.
The funny thing is, she promotes her Patreon for nude photos on her stream,
which I think is allowed. I mean,
it's
here's the
not.
thing.
That's the problem.
Some of that's
is that
touchy,
not allowed?
And the thing is that the companies are picking and choosing who they want.
Yes.
To,
And I hope we don't get banned for bringing this to light, but people have gotten banned for it.
He is.
That's the thing. Even people have gotten banned from like we're not big enough yet, but people even get banned for talking about Alex Jones on YouTube, which is ridiculous.
I can pull my top down. I just don't want you to get all weird with me, Dex.
Yeah, we don't want people getting all uppity in the chat, like getting.
And if I showed my nipples, we might get in trouble.
Yeah,
they're huge.
The problem though is the problem is a lot of even just discussing some certain topics have been like you've gotten marked for hate speech.
Yep.
And it's like, whoa, hold on, we were just having a conversation about it. Not necessarily like how is that hate speech? Hate speech is too general.
And I don't want to dominate the conversation here, but so it's not the cam girls.
No, that's hate speech.
It's not the cam girls that made me mad. Dex, I want to say that it's really nothing wrong with them because they are doing stuff. What makes me mad is there have been people just talking about it being an issue, getting temp bans because people are flagging their content as hate speech or doxing or something.
Yeah.
When really they're just talking about how it's kind of crap.
Right.
And if you just browse Reddit for 5 seconds and use half a brain, you can see it's happening.
I think that what needs to happen is we shouldn't have people be shut up for this. I think you should just have people have better speech and actually have a conversation.
Right. Engage in a conversation about a subject.
Let's not. I mean, we don't. It's a fine line where you don't want to shut anybody up.
Well, and here's the thing too, and just to talk specific about Alex Jones. I mean, his biggest thing is if you notice, he doesn't bring on guests that have differing opinions with him.
No.
And not to say a lot of people do, but he doesn't. They don't discuss topic, or they don't.
No,
debate
most,
topics.
he has a group of yes men and fanboys.
They have people, and they push an agenda.
And most news networks same way.
Yeah.
Most YouTubers same way. Most everything same way.
I think there are exceptions to the rule. I mean, I think you're right in that when you say most, because it's the majority, but I don't think that it's necessarily all. And even within enclaves of what am I trying to confirmation bias or whatever. Even inside that, you do have differing opinions. And as a good example, I can't think of the dude's name, but one of the Fox commentators is actually. I mean, he's not left wing by any means,
right?
But he's sort of middle of the road, and he calls Fox out on a lot of crap.
That's
and for
nice.
that reason, he's not Bill O'Reilly status within Fox,
right?
And it's because of his opinions. It's because when it comes to certain things that he should agree with, and he differs from that, you can see that, okay, well, he's not, maybe he's off for a week or he's on vacation. It just seems that these dissenting opinions in a lot of cases get sort of suppressed. And that's kind of like I said, I'm not an Alex Jones supporter by any means, and I don't care that he was taken down.
Right,
but the dude's crazy,
and he's crazy. Yeah, and he's spouting. And the big thing is,
I think he's actually just exploiting people.
No, 100%. He sells crazy. I know the sort of fact.
I mean, Jacob, what do you think about this, man? I haven't heard from you in a while, man. I don't want to interrupt what y'all are talking about because I agree 100%.
Concerning Alex Jones and him.
Just all this in general, like censorship and everything like that.
I think it's
that comment actually.
Jedi says rip stream because we're gonna get taken down.
I think it's a really slippery slope. And the issue is that I completely agree with YouTube's decision. Google's decision to take him down. It's along the lines of like, as per the Hooters decision to you do not support our brand image. I'm sorry, we cannot hire you for this position. It's really it's super cut and dry. Well, especially when you're dealing with a free market economy.
Well, and
the issue that I have with it is that it's given freedom of speech, basically.
Yeah.
Like, then how do you deal with that?
Right. How do you deal with?
Let's just ignore that freedom of speech exists on the internet. Like, I think too many people think that, well, this is America, so I could post and say whatever. I was like, yeah, you do have the right to post that. But the owner of the website has the right to delete you just because they want to.
But I say this, obviously it takes Alex Jones off YouTube, or it takes anybody who's gotten strikes on YouTube, it takes them off YouTube. But they're completely within their rights. And in the case of Alex Jones' case, or even if you take some larger, if say like PewDiePie tomorrow got taken off of YouTube, it doesn't take away his ability to make his own server, create his own website with his own platform.
Right.
Well, honestly,
because there is, Alex Jones does have that, and I'm sure it has more following now.
Yeah,
but that's the problem. The problem is, okay, where's your content going to be?
Well, and it's not as easily monetized. It's also the same thing.
Right. It's like there's a monopoly on videos online. Where do you go to watch videos online?
Right. It's YouTube. I mean, that's
there. You go. Where do you go to
or Hulu?
Where do you
Netflix.
go to interact with your friends on social media?
I don't.
Well,
where do normal people
go? Facebook, Instagram. Yeah. There's only a few, and they're where do you live stream things? Twitch.
Right.
owned by Amazon. So when it comes down to it, there's only a few companies controlling all of it, and they're at the point now where they can buy up any small competitor that comes around for a stupid amount of money. And there you go, like WhatsApp or
Mixer,
really anything. Mixer is a Microsoft company, so I mean,
that's true.
So it's like,
I want to bring up Dex's comment really quick. He said, all of what we see online can be found in a city. The biggest difference is that there isn't a separation that's inherent in a physical domain, like red light district in a bad part of town that you're not going to normally frequent. So I'd like to point out, now I never have been overseas, but when I was getting my degree and everything, I think there's a lot more taboo and adult type of stuff than there is in other parts of the world. And we put more of a focus on like body image in the United States, but then we also make it a taboo to have any type of adult type things. Like the fact that there's an adult stores that technically in the state of Texas have to be considered a novelty store when really it's just a sex shop where you go buy adult stuff.
Here in Denton, there's a adult, we're gonna call it an adult store because they sell lingerie and stuff like that. I'm sure they have other stuff.
Yeah,
right next to a donut shop, which is amazing to me.
Yeah,
like in my mind, they're owned by the same person.
Donuts and dildos.
So my point in that was
no, hold on. In the morning, you can get donuts,
and then you can go
and
get a
at
donut
night,
for your
can
wiener.
get dildos.
Donuts and dildos.
So
donuts and dildos. And why don't they call it donuts and dildos?
Hold on.
Wait. What are the odds that the same people own the same shop?
Really low, probably.
Please,
I don't know.
Please tell me that the donut place is called Cream Filling, and then the other place is called
Krispy Kreme.
and
No, it's not.
like the novelty store is called Cream Fillers because that would be.
Dang. Okay, let's get some F's in the chat for our stream.
What's up?
Cream Fillers going down.
No.
Dab, dab.
And in that, on that same trend, I didn't want to pull away from the seriousness of the conversation, but I think it's I do find it and I kind of wanted to bring up about that red light district, how there's areas of towns that are designated for a certain type of lifestyle or whatever, and I don't like that. I don't think that's a good idea, and I mean that in a way online too. Is like I don't think I should have to like open a specific browser to go. I mean, I do open a specific browser to go to Pornhub. But the point is...
No, let's talk about this, though. Let's talk about
which browser I use. It's Firefox.
Well, no. So...
What?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just going to say in general, like...
You don't use Firefox?
So think about it this way. Like, I'm gonna get kind of personal here.
Okay.
Let's do it.
If you're at home, and I know someone here doesn't do that because I know him and his wife don't really care, but if you're at home and then you're trying to hide it...
Yeah.
Like, I think in...
Thanks, Salty.
Like I think if you're browsing porn and you're hiding it, like you should think about why you're hiding it.
No, that's a good question.
And because you're an adult, your wife is an adult, you probably
you've had sex
and other things, and you've probably done some weird stuff, and you probably want to try the weird things you think about. So. That's all I'm gonna say. Is just think about.
It's true.
Just think about why. Yeah. Well, I mean, even if you have kids, and if you're in a different browser because you have kids, then great. You don't have to think about it anymore. There's your answer. You have kids. You don't want your kid to know you like to look at.
I think that was more of a facetious comment.
Well, I'm agreeing with him.
If you open up in your browser, you want your most recent viewed page to be like some porn site.
Yeah, because Google Chrome automatically populates a screenshot of where you're at.
Hit X and now it goes somewhere else.
So I'm going to leave it at that. Just if you're opening it in private, think about why you're doing that. And then think about, like, is it really necessary?
Look, I have enough shame when I'm done that I don't... I had to do that.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but I don't think it's I agree with my wife when I say that you'll never catch me masturbating. But it's okay
like
that you're watching porn.
It's not. You're not saying I never masturbate. It's like you'll never catch me masturbate.
When you find
like a challenge.
When you find the weird stuff that looks exciting, do you just like come barging into the bedroom with the laptop? Just like, honey,
hey, gotta show you something.
Like, please.
Yeah.
So what is that South Park episode where the internet,
Ectoplasm.
the internet goes down, and they're all
Oh.
traveling west to go to the big Linksys modem or whatever, and they
God.
have 1 hour of internet a night, and it just goes through he just like starts off with normal stuff. He's like, okay, now let me get to the Russian fart porn, and then he keeps going, yeah, that's it, go.
And then he's like, he's done, and just
Is alien. He came in here and just
It's ectoplasm. Ectoplasm.
Yeah,
So
it's
oh,
like the like
This
the,
this
the
took a weird
cardboard-
turn
it
right
took
here.
a weird turn.
So-
Sorry for that.
so- I have a question.
Yeah.
I like to browse some weird things on Reddit. Like, not like this is weird and creepy. No, like, what's the weirdest thing that you could say you've seen on the internet? And I'll go first if you want me to go first. But like,
I mean,
what is the
you
weirdest
need
thing
to go
that
first.
you
Yeah,
can find
you
on the
gotta go
internet to
first.
search?
You go first. You go last.
So the Heaven's Gate. Everyone knows Heaven Gates, right? What
Yeah.
Heaven's Gate is.
Yeah.
Their website is still up and running.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Go to it.
Search Heaven's Gate.
I don't know if we can show it on stream. I don't know if we want to.
I'm not
but,
going to, and I don't know what it is.
It's what was the guy's Jim? I would say Jim Jeffries, but no, he's a comedian. Not Jim Jones.
It's heavensgate.com, man.
It's what was that guy's
Jim
name? Jim Jones was in
Jonestown.
Jonestown, yeah. What's the guy that Heaven's Gate? Who's the
This
leader
is the
again?
Hail
Can't remember
Bop
his name.
comment and everything.
Did I spell that wrong?
Oh my god.
HEAVENS.
Oh yeah, it's Heavens is HEAVENS.
E.
Yeah.
And so just to set this, so standard, what I'm looking at here, like this is really like.
Hold on, that domain, by the way, is valued at $1,200, well, almost $1,300.
Yeah,
And you can buy it for $988.
This is basically the people that believe that there was a different heaven you could buy into, and then.
Are you see? Yeah.
And so I guess the whole deal was like there was there's one guy out there.
Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah, there's one guy
remember
out
his
there
name.
that is still alive. He believes all this to be true,
So
and
So he still
he's
thinks-
still running it. Yeah,
so he still thinks that Timothy McVeigh was the Messiah or whatever the hell.
to my
prophet
understanding,
or-
yeah. And I guess he did like I don't know if it was like a Reddit AMA or something, but he did like an AMA on some website, I believe, and he talked about still owning the website, but there's literally just one guy that didn't drink this stuff, and
So not to like.
So he's going to hell.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
no,
so I'm thinking like
Like,
he
you
didn't
lose,
bel-
bro.
He didn't
But-
believe in it.
but-
Well, no, hold on. Heaven's Gate is Timothy McVeigh, right? With Waco,
I think
right? Because they did not commit suicide. They burned to death. Well, I
No.
mean,
It's questionable.
no,
wasn't-
Heaven's Gate was they drank Kool-Aid.
oh, Heaven's Gate was the one. Okay, I'm thinking
So
of
maybe
Timothy
this
McVeigh
guy.
and Waco.
Look,
Never
maybe
mind.
this guy had diarrhea.
It was Marshall Applewhite.
He was taking a fat dump, and he walks in the room, and everyone else was
Everybody's dead.
already in heaven. Crap! And he goes to drink. That's all gone. He's like, "Dang it! That was the only way.
He had
I
a
must continue."
he had a sort of Romeo Juliet situation, but with like a whole orgy of people.
Tried to
rather
kiss everyone's lips, and
Yeah,
that didn't
and,
work.
and they all thought that he claimed there was like a spaceship ready to accept him when they committed suicide,
than- right?
following the
Yeah,
comet.
it was right on the other side of the moon
Yeah.
or something like that.
right
Yeah.
behind the comet, and they were gonna drink the stuff
Which-
and die and then go. But
Which obviously they don't understand how orbital mechanics work
Well,
because you can't stay on the other side of the moon. You've got to orbit the moon, which means that you're gonna be visible to Earth for a good portion of the time.
Well, no. What if they're using some new technology that you don't
yeah,
have?
yeah. Let's just assume technology. And actually, you know what? Never mind. It's religion, so you can assume anything you want. Go for it.
Boom.
No, I mean,
dropping bombs.
I'm just saying, like,
No,
hey,
yeah, I
with
agree.
religion, like, all rationale has gone out the window.
and I want to end this in like my turn. So I really
My
kind of
turn.
find this like
We all
this
live in
whole
It's
this whole
true.
cult mentality and just how these things are structured and how they capture people in and draw people in, like fascinating. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm a sociology major, so obviously I think how these groups interacting and
interesting
how
to
it's
you.
interesting to me. And so the fact that this is still up and running and you can just kind of see like this is what it was whenever it happened,
Yeah,
and it's still there, and that's just kind of weird to me.
yeah.
And so who's ever next? So heavensgate.com. It's still there. I think if you don't know
All
what
right.
about Heaven's Gate, I think you should do some research. And if this stuff is interesting to you, maybe check out Jonestown. And there's a ton of other different examples of this that you could find, and just interesting stuff to find out about, man.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Netflix, multiple series.
Yep,
Go.
I agree.
Go.
Next. Who's next?
Let's hold on. What time is it right now?
It's about once we do this, we can move into so we can finish this up and move into gaming.
We can. I want to finish.
Or did
y'all's weirdest thing on the internet?
Yeah, let's just run through it.
That's
real quick.
right.
Well, we can talk about it later and move to something else and come back to it.
Let's burn through it. I think this is important.
It's important.
Otherwise, we'll forget.
Okay. Yeah, I won't forget.
See, again, I'm back to the same question of what is weird, because
this is kind of weird. It kind of like makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, let's clarify. Like, not we don't mean
not
mean like
NSFW.
like not sexually weird. Like, because there's plenty of that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
We're talking about like just sort of an oddity, like a freak show type thing, like something that you wouldn't think would be like a sub community of people out there. That's a good one. Like, this is a sub community, or at least one dude out there. Like, what is the sort of sub community of the internet?
And I wanted to preface, that's what I meant. Like, when I browsed stuff on Reddit, like the Ask Reddits were like, what's the creepiest thing you have you've ever seen that you have photo evidence of? Like, those threads are like a gold mine that I'll browse for hours, or like hours, or like what's the craziest thing you can find on the internet now?
I'm taking dead aces because I have seen it before, but the dark web, man, that was some creepy stuff.
Yeah, it's bad.
Getting on there was a thing, and that was creepy.
Yeah,
and just seeing someone else do that, or like even be there to just log on to a certain thing, which was all military based anyway, but like the original stuff, but it was just weird.
That's fair. The entirety of the dark web.
Yeah. Any of it. Super strange to get on, super strange how you get on, super strange. And
do you feel like you just
the only way you get on is you have
to have like Tor or whatever, right?
Well, yeah, you have to. It's a particular. Well, we don't get into that. We're not getting into that. Never mind.
For those of you that have gotten on the dark web, did you just have to feel like you had to throw your whole computer away when you were done?
Yeah,
definitely. Like, you're just like, well, I can't use this anymore.
Yeah, like anything.
I just used my friend Trent's computer while he was in.
Perfect. While I was taking a mad dupe.
Yeah, that's a good answer from Dex right there. Rebecca Black's Friday music video.
Dude,
that's a great answer.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube. Watch Rebecca Black Friday in Hell. That video is so creepy.
There are a lot of videos that my kids will just stumble upon some spoiled brat that has her own YouTube channel, and she's just a spoiled brat. And I go, guess what? You can't watch this girl anymore.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
She is horrible. And no, you're not ever watching any of her videos. I don't care.
Oh, is it the little girl who has a really terrible mouth?
There's hundreds of them.
I don't even.
There's hundreds of little rich spoiled brats that do nothing but unwrap gifts from their parents.
Oh,
those hurt me.
Awful.
Those hurt me. That's the future.
All right,
Logan Paul, Jake Paul.
Logan Paul
hurts.
Isn't he doing a big MMA debut?
Yeah,
no, he's doing another one. I don't even want to talk about him.
And he's building the hype because he knows he's gonna get destroyed.
I want them
but
to.
They're building the hype so he gets more money.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't matter if he gets beat; he'll win. He'll get money anyways.
It's just like the Conor McGregor and
but
it's
at least
it's just the more hype you get.
I have an answer.
Go ahead.
I have an answer.
Go.
Okay.
Salad fingers.
Actually, no.
Perfect.
It is a YouTube series. There is a YouTube artist, because I want to call him an artist, under the username of Cyriak. Cyriak. And his videos are an absolute chaotic masterpiece. Like, oh my god. Like, watching this stuff is unsettling to the core. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Like, you can't actually, you need to pause that. Like, the audio is incredibly important because he actually does custom animations and audio for each and every single video.
Oh, so I'd like to see, but if he's doing like if you like any David Lynch stuff, like Eraserhead or any like kind of grotesque style filming, I enjoy that stuff too.
And it's not necessarily grotesque. It's just
this is definitely grotesque.
It's unsettling.
We'll just skip through a quick one.
Well, it's along those lines. Like, it's like really just you can't look away.
No, yeah.
Mesmerizing.
I think I saw one of this guy's videos on YouTube.
It kind of reminds me of something I'd
think
see
I
on
actually
adult.
saw this one on YouTube.
There's
Or
things
on
I'd see on
Reddit.
Adult Swim. that
Yeah,
it's
he
very
actually
similar.
used to do a lot of bumps for Adult Swim.
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, I
it
can see
looks
that,
very
yeah.
similar,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's up to 1 million subscribers now, so like congratulations, Syriac, you well deserve it.
Yeah, that's kind of awesome.
Well,
yeah.
because he builds these frame by frame, like every single frame.
Yeah.
Golly,
I mean, that's
yeah,
and that
think
is
about that, dude.
Quick flower.
that is. I agree.
I wanna
He
see,
would be an artist. I think
Which
that's
one?
Oh
that-
no, that's not his. Is it? Flower
The Adult Swim bumps. There they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
That's hilarious because I was like, dude, right away I was like, this looks like Adult Swim.
Oh yeah, because he's made
I
it.
recognized it. Oh look, and there's him actually live stream making them.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Like,
What is that?
I highly
Sony
recommend checking out his material. If you haven't seen
Vegas
it
is
before.
in,
Vegas.
is it?
Like for
Vegas is
those
a
of you
place,
in
Ryan.
the like the community, like
Vegas is
chat
a place.
right now, just because.
Oh, you're
So,
right.
Dead Ace told us to watch the audio.
Watch the audio.
Does that mean our audio is?
Do we have
Or did you mean like watch with
Oh,
audio?
it might have been
Oh.
too loud.
Okay. See what you might be saying. It doesn't seem, but then again, we're not running the stream.
I have it
We're
low.
not running the audio.
actually.
So
I think maybe just be the
what's
copyright
what's
thing of it.
yours? Let's.
I
let's
don't
roll
even
pro-
know.
okay, if you need to skip, then skip. Pass.
Oh,
Hard,
Ryan.
hard pass.
Brian, you got one?
You already said one. The
Oh, you said
entirety
one.
of
I
the
said
dark.
two.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't remember the because I kind of delved into it, and this is just gonna be a you know what, Tumblr. Just I'm gonna use that
The
entire
entirety of
website.
You know,
Tumblr.
that's actually fair.
That's yeah. So I mean,
the dark.
I'm assuming
Tumblr.
yeah. Tumblr gets a little weird, man. Like it is a community of people who, for the most part, and this I don't want to generalize for people that use a particular social media platform. It's a lot of people with depression and anxiety. Like a lot of people with depression and anxiety.
Shout out to me IRL on Reddit.
Yeah, and so it's and there's a lot of crossover
Ace,
between
dab
on Tumblr. Yeah. So no, I think that some of the stuff that I found on there and some of the, like it's there's a lot of sort of morbid sexuality that goes on there. Yeah, and I mean that to the literal sense, not necessarily saying porn, but like an over acceptance of death. Like I think accepting death is okay because that's healthy as a human being to be okay with the fact that you're gonna die. But there's this sort of I don't know theme that runs through a lot of Tumblrs that is just morbid and sexual all at the same time. And it's I don't know. I think I find it an interesting sort of niche community on the internet. It's just it's an oddity. I think that it's weird that it's owned by Yahoo and that it seems like it would be bigger than it is. But I believe that it's gotten this sort of stigma for what it actually is. And I think that the stigma is a lot of people on Tumblr are just sort of depressed and anxious.
Are you saying most people
I
who
don't
use
think-
Tumblr are sad?
I don't want to say that, but yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Like I don't want to say that. I mean, so I just did say that. But I really legitimately think as I sort of browse through Tumblr, because I'll go through there and like there's some like I follow some like comedians, some like really like kind of unknown comedians on Tumblr. That like there's this one guy I can't remember his Tumblr. It's like thank you sir or yes sir or something. It sounds weird, but it's just he's a high school like social studies teacher. And he just like tells stories about like interactions he has with his students, and they're very funny. So I follow people like that, and then you'll get suggested all of a sudden, like, oh hey, maybe you'll like this post. Emo girl 420
Emo
cuts
girl
herself.
420,
And
swag,
it's
swag,
like
swag.
and it's like a girl smoking weed and then cutting herself, and I'm like, dude, what? Why that
Dude,
connection?
I think because you're looking at a platform that didn't filter itself at all.
No, it doesn't. To this day, it
And
doesn't filter itself.
There's not. I mean, the other platforms that you think about are Twitter. I mean, Twitter's not filtered at all, almost at all, except for I believe they also removed Alex Jones.
I think they did. Yeah.
Wait, really?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he just got blackballed across the entire
And
internet.
I want to
telling
clarify real quick for anybody out there. I still use Tumblr, and believe me, I enjoy using the service, and it's interesting. From people.
All right,
Yeah.
so
I'm not making fun
this
of
will be
anybody
the
on
last
Tumblr.
show with Ryan.
Yeah, I'm not making fun of anybody who uses Tumblr. it's just sort of an interesting sort of platform for people.
No, I definitely agree. There's been some weird stuff that I've seen on Tumblr before.
Yeah.
And that it's one of those platforms that's not filtered at all. And so people
Hey,
find weird
Dex,
homes
thanks for
there,
coming
you know?
in.
Hey, thanks for coming back, Index. Come back. We're here every single week, man.
Yeah.
Like every.
I hope I didn't
Thank
send
you.
you off with my Tumblr rant.
I'm usually not here sometimes though.
Well, yeah,
I'll be here
frequent.
though. I'll be here
we're
though.
live every single week.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, I'm here.
I'm at-
I'm here 75 to 80% of the time.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's switch it all up completely.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
let's talk about games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, here's where the bumper that I haven't made yet.
Wait, we will.
Video games. China.
We'll make that. It'll happen.
China.
I say we'll make
So-
that. Ryan will make that.
Yeah. At some point, yeah. Trent, slam the beer.
No.
Slam the bear. Okay, who's the bear?
I'm the bear.
Who lets me step in bear?
Let's see who has the most hair.
That would
Alright,
be you.
Are we including the
actually.
amount?
No,
of,
we're talking
Are we
body
including
hair.
the amount of pubic hair, like around my balls?
Yes, it's included. Yeah.
Mad Bush.
It's like the
Um,
Amazon if they stop cutting it down. You know what I mean?
Oh, like
Deforestation never happened.
Amazon doesn't cut any with products. Oh,
So,
other Amazon.
all right. So, yeah. Remember, this is we're on a platform that's Amazon's.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Trust
don't want
me, I
to. You
s-
don't want to get jonesed.
You don't want to
You
get
don't.
jonesed.
Don't want to
Whoa,
get Jones.
So-
whoa.
So, I don't know. So there's.
Whoa.
Do you want to talk about the topic
Wow.
I put up there about
Wow.
AI
Wow.
and Dota?
Wow.
Wait. Do they do any
Wow.
more research on that?
Wow.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know about research, but so successfully, the AI just trounced professional Dota players.
Well, are you talking about the bot that they made a while ago?
Uh,
They were forced to play on middle lane and forced to use the same
This is
character.
a new one?
No,
This is a new bot.
new bot.
Okay.
It's a they
God,
use
that's a good name. New bot.
deep learning AI.
Yeah, good
They
name.
used five individuals. They 5 individual bots.
Wait.
Yeah, the whole team.
So-
We're talking a team. Yes.
Oh, we're talking team games.
Full team game. Dota.
First one bot.
No, 5 bots.
5 bots,
5
5
bots,
players.
5 players. So the big thing is now, and they've done. I mean, they looked into it and really now. Here's the big question that they're sort of bringing up, and I think it's a good thing. If you're talking about like pro gaming, right, where there's very set rules on what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. Now think about it, because I didn't really think about this until I started kind of reading the article. I don't think this is the article I found, but this works. So it's using an open AI that does deep learning. It uses deep learning software. Blah 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 blah. And it can perform more actions than humans, which is understandable
'Cause it's a
It's
computer.
a machine, yeah. But the big thing is, so it interacts directly with the API, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So there's a huge advantage there. This is not like players have to interact with a visual, like a sort of screen, a visual interface.
Right. We need that interface
Right.
in between.
And
There's no graphics there. This
Right.
is just numbers.
Yeah.
right, and this deep learning software, these bots have no sort of nothing to really process there. Like all of the information is just being fed into it. Everything that's happening in the game is just being fed into this AI. So is it fair? Can you really say that an AI truly beat a human player?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they
but
won the
not
game.
on the
Even though
same,
it had a giant
but
advantage.
they're not on the same
Well, so
level.
I don't think it's about having an advantage because the contest itself is bogus because everyone knows the computer will win.
Well, yeah, and that's kind
It's
of
not like chess where you could literally play the perfect game and then beat the computer.
right. And that's kind of the idea is that you're not putting the same limitations on the bot that you are on human. Obviously, the limitations on humans are built into the fact that we're flesh and bone. We
And
have
you-
to interact with.
You
We're-
cannot add those limitations on a bot ever.
Well, yes, you can.
How?
You can
Well,
you can
could
create.
cause them to be in a robot.
Yeah, and there are
That has to physically like motion
right.
and hit
then
it,
it's
click a keyboard.
ridiculous. Yeah. Then it's for no reason.
We don't even
Well,
have the technology to do
no,
that right now.
my
Yeah.
thinking is separate the bot from the machines. In other words, create a machine that has to interact with another machine. And that's not what's happening right here. That's not what these bots do. These bots are sort of meshed into.
I'm gonna let you
the other
finish, but
machine.
there's gonna be someone making a machine that interacts with human genitalia before they do that.
Yeah, I think that's top
That's already
priority.
happened.
That is
so.
priority number one.
Once that's out of the way,
All right,
yeah.
all right, Boldt, what?
I understand the concern, and no, it's not fair. But at the same time, the amount of computations that these bots have to go through just to even stand up to pro level teams, there is a lot
All right.
that happens in Dota.
So-
Have you ever played Dota?
Yeah, I've played Dota.
Oh, okay. Like,
Who are you talking to? His middle name's Dota.
I'm not a very good Dota
Are
player.
you?
It
I mean,
says-
it doesn't mean he's any
Trent
good.
Dota Kennedy.
Yes.
Look. It
Is
says
Trent
here.
Kennedy?
Hey, it says here the bots have some advantages such
I
as
did
80 ms reaction time,
Yep.
which is faster than humans are
Yep.
capable of.
Why
They
don't you
also-
just set like a delay?
They also perform around 150 to 170 actions per minute, which is comparable to top human
Right.
players.
Compare.
And
So,
so
it's not actually as high as human
So,
players.
but the real problem isn't that. That's not the real problem. The fact that the computer can do computations faster than humans. The real problem is, like I said, they interface with the API directly.
yeah, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's a middle ground completely cut out because they don't have
Yeah.
to deal with a visual interface.
Right, and
And
that's
well, yeah. Then there's less reaction lag because they like, oh hey, input comes from, oh, I can see hostile character blank in range. Oh,
Boom.
also I have a full mana. They're missing 80% of the health.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead.
They're doing all the math. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
I'm going
But-
to.
Well,
I'd
and-
like to think we don't. So I get what you're saying. How it's instead of just doing like prioritizing like a list of things going one at a time, it's doing all of them at the same time. I'd like to say
it still
we.
has to go down a list.
well, that's not how computing works, though.
Yeah.
Well,
it still
no,
has to go
but
down a list.
I'm saying it's able to. So
It's able to
it's still
prioritize.
going. It's going through the list, but it's able to prioritize better and faster than
Yes.
a human can.
Absolutely.
But I'm saying that we've
But-
never been able to think about a game at a level like those guys are playing it.
Well, but really, I don't think that. Like I said, I don't think that it's unfair that a computer is faster. I don't want to say that. What I'm saying is that, all right, I'm just gonna put it in this sort of context. If we built a robot that had to sit in front of a computer and type on a keyboard and watch a screen just like a human could do, could it still beat humans?
Probably.
If it had the
You
actual
think it could?
mechanical stuff for it.
See,
no.
okay, I see what you're
Not
saying,
with
though.
current technology, no.
Because you have
Clunky.
you have keyboard, like
Clunky.
you have lag of the keyboard, you have lag of muscle movement. All that would still exist in a robot. It may be faster, but it still would exist.
So it's really dealing with just having to deal with the visual
Right.
interface.
There is
and
no and there's no sort of like I said,
I-
like you said to put it, there's no lag input.
I would like to propose the opposite. Like, what if we could just plug the human in? Would it be fair then?
Then yes, I think it would. If you could be plugged directly into like the API, you could just receive
Whatever you
this-
think happens.
Right.
Right.
You could you could just think on what you wanted to do next.
Let's just ask the
That
Twitch
would be
chat.
an
What do you
interesting
think? If I could
concept.
plug my brain into a computer, what do you think would happen?
Just to play Dota 2.
Would I play Dota 2?
No, porn.
All of human
Instantly.
progress has
Lots
come
of
to this
porn.
moment.
And I would only find porn on YouTube, though.
But
Well,
Only
you
the
would
hard stuff.
only see it in like hexagrid and like zeros and ones. You wouldn't actually see.
you would be playing Civilization.
Zeros and ones, baby.
You'd be playing Civilization 5 on strategic mode.
Oh, shit.
That's hardcore.
Dab, dab, dab.
See, I don't know.
I'm not-
I think we're overthinking it because this is the type of game that is
Absolutely.
almost caters to
Nobody does that.
lines of codes going.
I thought you were going to
processing
say
quicker.
Asians. And I was
No.
like, whoa.
Because
Get
think
outta
about
here.
it. Can a computer beat you at Call of Duty? Yeah, every single time because they can have an aimbot
Yeah.
that shoots at your face instantly,
okay, yeah.
and you lose, and that happens. That's a real thing that exists. So
Yeah,
like,
there's no counters or like knowing which
no,
items
you just
to buy
lose.
or laning or anything like that. It's just aimbot. It's literally takes the point, bam, dead.
Yeah.
I think the thing
And
about this is they're giving them the freedom to kind of like make the right decision.
There's
to
no
a certain
junglers
extent.
in Counter Strike.
Oh. And I think
Point.
now we talked about chess, and I think
farted.
what was it the first computer to actually beat a human in chess was in the 70s or 80s. So that to me, so
Dota is basically chess, by the way.
So now we're right now we're talking about a game that is completely dependent on computers. In other words, upon processing power to actually run. In other words, it's lines of code, and that's how the game works.
Yep.
Now, they've done computers. I think for a first time, a computer has beat a human player at the Go, which is a Chinese game.
Yeah,
the most.
I don't know how to play Go.
That actually happened a while ago.
When was it? It wasn't. It wasn't like a
super
decade
long
ago,
but it was a couple years
ago. It was a couple years ago, right? Yeah. So that to me is more interesting. When a computer can come into our world, the world that we live in, the games that we create without the use of processing power, right? Without the use of them. That to me is more interesting. When a computer is able to evaluate the sort of rules that we've created.
I still think we had to cater to the computer though and go, hey, here's how it all looks. Here are all the data points. Here are all the rules.
Well, and I think that ultimately
you have to input everything, you know.
Well, yeah, and I think ultimately the big advantage of AI and machine learning is time. We as humans we require more time to acclimate.
We require additional pylons.
Yeah. Now, actually, there is something to be said about it about machine learning. We learn faster. We absolutely learn faster than machines do right now. Right.
I don't know.
Let's say that.
I can download WoW fully on my computer in about maybe 2 hours.
No. That's not what I mean by learn. That's not learning.
My computer learns how to start. How to deal with derail.
I know you're trolling me.
How to derail Ryan in 5 seconds.
No,
when I turn that on, it loads.
He's known me for what? I don't know, 12 years, more than 12 years. No, God, it's
see,
12 years.
a computer would know the exact date that you've met.
No computer could troll me as well as he can troll me. He can
control
me. God damn it.
It's because he loves me.
Huh?
Because he loves me.
That's true. I do love
him too.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's different. It's different the way we learn, interact. It's interesting to see what we can build, though.
That's true.
But
oh yeah.
All right.
It's also like how much information can you retain for how long? You know.
Yeah.
We can't.
Which we're really bad at.
We are bad at retaining.
So we need to just find the hand in hand where we can plug in a nice.
Yeah.
And now, I can just store everything.
What is that movie? Existence. Existence.
I don't know.
That happened, and then people's things started getting infected, and it got all weird.
Which is also possible, but
it has Jude Law in it, I believe.
Ooh, I'll watch that one.
It's a pretty bad movie. Check it out on Film Sack.
Film Sack, baby. I like that.
All right.
What else
happened?
Talk about
WoW now.
Yeah, let's talk WoW.
Wow.
Who's been playing?
Let's talk about how I haven't
guy.
had a chance to play.
I know. I played one.
Yeah,
stream.
I probably had more time to play than anybody else, and I'm still not 120. I hit 115 today. It was kind of
great, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Item level is like 290, I think, which I think to raid mythics. Well, to raid mythics at this point, to raid mythics, I think the like not the minimum item level, the average item level right now for mythics is like
300.
310, 315, something like that. So no, 320. Well, I think 315 is the average. Yeah, Salty's. Yeah, I played with Salty earlier today.
So nice. Salty. What character are you?
He's playing. Well, he has every class already at 110. He has been playing. Actually, he can tell us. Never mind. Salty, please tell us what you're playing.
So while he's talking, I boosted a warlock on a last ditch effort to find a character. I made Purple Boy, my troll warlock, and
nice.
So I'm gonna go demon lock because that looked really fun. God, it's so boring. It's so slow. So now I'm gonna roll affliction, but I'm going affliction, but I haven't had a chance to play since Sunday.
I'm gonna say when you jump on with me, we'll run some dungeons.
I can't wait
get
because that's a threes team right there, baby. Unholy affliction. We just dot everybody and
just rip it up.
And that's what I'm hoping. So correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't affliction warlocks kind of play like a
holy paladin heals?
I hate paladin healing.
Oh, come on.
I really do. Sorry, I'll say it in a mic. I hate paladin healing. I don't hate paladin healers. I hate healing as a paladin. I don't know why. I don't like priest healing either. If I'm gonna heal, it's gonna be druid. It's gonna be hot. Yeah, it's gonna be druid or
You don't want chunky heals
or a shaman, and that's it. I'll heal as a druid or a shaman. I will not heal as paladin. I will not heal as a priest.
Why are you?
So wait,
I would heal as a disc priest.
Jacob,
I take that back. I take that back. I would heal as a disc priest.
What is your input on this?
Oh, I should get a disc priest and name him Bubbles.
On heals?
Yeah. What is your heals?
My heals? Well, they're size 12.
Size 12 heals.
Yes. Size 12 heals.
Boldt was a paladin for life.
No, actually, I was a warrior.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, that's what
Wait,
salty.
wait.
Why was I
let me
thinking
guess.
you were a red?
You're an arms warrior.
No, my brother was a ret paladin.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, Salty's been playing a Fury warrior, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, he's been ripping up the DPS.
Man, deep, bro.
He's very good at pulling aggro. I'll tell you that.
I thought you were about to say something super different.
Oh no,
He's very good at pulling his wiener.
No, no. The way that
I'll say it.
The way that the way the scaling and everything works, since he's got some pretty serious gear from from Legion, and this is my 110 boost, so I'm pretty much just got
get your artifact transmog. What's wrong with you?
I don't, dude. The only transmog, not transmog. The only transmog I've ever used is the Scarlet Crusade set.
Ace.
And the Booty Bay eye patch.
Nice.
That you can get. I think those are the only two I've really used.
What is that mount you get from Scarlet Crusade?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It's the green one or whatever. I like that one. That was my first, like, whenever I was running through on my DK, just doing the old raids, that was the first, like, mount drop I got as, like, a side thing. It was great.
Yeah,
by the way, Horde mounts are terrible.
Why?
Horde mounts are so terrible.
Dude,
Alliance.
I love my Kodo.
Compared
I
to
get to
Alliance,
bounce back
it's
and forth.
so terrible.
Compared,
You just mean cosmetically? I'm assuming. 'Cause there's no
yeah.
benefit.
Kodos
Well,
are
there's no
beautiful.
benefit. It's literally
Wait,
cosmetically.
Blood Elf mount is awesome.
Okay, the Blood Elf mount is awesome because it's a bird.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
big old
fucking awesome.
emu or whatever.
Let's see.
The Troll mount is the only one that I'm thinking, like, okay, that's pretty cool
Okay.
because it's an F and
Okay,
Raptor.
yeah, so you got Raptor, you've got like Chocobo Light, you've got freaking the.
Look at
Chocobo Light.
Okay, let me rephrase. The flying mounts for Horde are bad.
Okay, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the bat.
Griffins
lion
are
thing.
way better than bat lions.
I'm calling them bat lions. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember.
I don't even know
I
either,
don't
but they're terrible.
They
okay,
are.
and so my point right here is going to rest at the BFA pre-patch mount you get for free. Compare the Alliance one to the Horde one, and you're going to feel like an effing chump. Like that's what we get for being on Sylvanas' side.
So you remember? So who's seen? I'm sure most have seen Underworld, right?
Yes.
Do you remember what the vampire turned into? Like the vampires turned into this sort of like weird bat creature that sort of walks on all fours. Yeah, that's the mount you get, basically.
And the Horde one,
it's awful. It is awful.
And the Alliance mount is so much cooler.
Yeah,
I can only imagine you're just like riding around just some dude who's gone through some like really terrible vampiric transformation.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like.
It's honestly, it's my first huge mount that's too big to enter hallways.
What? We got a comment from YouTube.
Hey, thanks, Alex Grover.
Why are you putting a linear equation, like the basis of a linear equation?
Y equals the number of total viewers.
Yeah, Y equals the slope times X plus where it crosses the X-axis or something?
Are you
or
trying
Y-axis?
Hey,
the Y-axis.
We're not gonna do your homework. You gotta do it yourself, Alex Grover.
Hey, I can tell you, if you're looking for math help, you're probably in the wrong. No, Ryan's smart.
Ryan's here.
I don't know. I mean, like maybe like a college algebra level math. That's about as far as I can get.
That's just a formula. That's not going to tell you anything. That's just
it's just the formula.
I'm wondering if there's any troll behind.
Do you have any numbers to put in that formula?
No, like literally, you can find that on. I mean, it's actually normally it's written. Was it Y equals MX plus B though, not AX plus B?
Yaxba.
Yeah, it's just a formula for a line. That's all it is. Oh well.
Nope, that's what it means.
I'm that kid that would just type.
Vlog, yeah.
I'm just that kid that would type boobs in the calculator.
No, it's even better when you get the sort of the graphic.
The graphic where you
calculators,
can draw
yeah.
a wiener.
Yeah, you can just because
And that's what you do.
that's what everybody does.
You just draw boobs and wieners on your
You could
calculator.
get on the ones that we used to have. You get snake.
If you're like Carl Baker, you write a bomb threat. You get arrested.
Who is Carl Baker?
Darn it, cow.
Wait.
That's
Darn
the
it,
bomb threat
cow.
kid from our high school.
Yeah, that's right.
He straight up bomb threat on the calculator.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
not his real name, by the way.
That's not.
It's just everyone called
Wait,
him Carl Baker.
Did that
Yeah.
actually happen?
Dang it, cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
so
legitimately happened.
he-
Yeah.
He decided he was gonna.
Was that like-
in our math class? Write a bomb threat on the
What-
calculator. They
What
found
year? What year was that for you?
it. Shoot, I was a sophomore.
I was about to say that was my junior year. Yeah, so we all had to go out to like the
Yeah,
football field.
and it was so obvious because the lady came over the intercom. We have a code blue.
yeah.
Everybody evacuate immediately. A code blue.
Blue.
And everyone,
Like, it
like
was
everyone,
this-
just half asleep. And the crazy thing was, he did it before lunch. It was like
Yeah.
it was like literally the last period of the day, halfway through the last period.
Yep.
Like my mom just picked me up, was outside, was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, code blue, dummy."
Yeah.
Don't you know what a code
It's a
blue is?
freaking
So-
cold blue,
And I didn't
Mom.
know. And then I saw the cops arresting him. Oh, it was awkward.
It was so stupid.
I was like, "Hey, Carl, where
So
are you going?"
I guess can't type on the calculator
Little-
no more.
Yeah, not. We can't say much else about that, but obviously he did not come back to our high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I don't.
He-
Yeah, it
he
wasn't
did come back, but
really.
So
Was he a changed
Doesn't
man?
sound like a big
Yeah,
deal.
let's. Yeah, because that's what our correction system does.
he went to a different school, but he somehow managed to show up one time to threaten to kill the guy that reported him.
And then he also
So-
got
and so he
taken away
continued to
again.
get taken
Yeah.
away again.
So
Okay.
I was threatened with a crossbow once at our school.
Perfect.
That honestly sounds
Yeah.
badass.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Was it?
Uh,
Were you
Wait, hold
LARPing?
it.
Were you
Did-
LARPing though?
No, we were playing Magic the Gathering.
Oh, well,
and
And he
Just
threatened
close-
you with a crossbow.
I was
so
threatened with a
badass.
crossbow.
I will crossbow you.
Which is ridiculous because it was ridiculous. I don't remember the scenario, but I was kind of being I guess mean to him because I can be a mean person.
So what? Wait, what year were you? What?
Junior, I think.
Okay, so
Try it. Let's see
I'm
it.
just gonna fill everyone in. Whenever
Junior or
Ryan became
sophomore?
a junior in high school,
He became a dick.
Ryan was an asshole.
Ryan was
Okay,
an asshole.
and he was not friends with me for junior and senior year.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't. No.
And like,
It's 'cause
I'd,
I
be like, I'd
can't-
say hi to. It was like one of this. Hey, Ryan, in the hallway,
Yeah.
waving. He'd just like look at me like, hi.
Yeah, I was kind of. And like, I can't defend myself here. Like I just.
It happened. It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and Trent's the bigger man and was able to accept me as a friend again once we started working at Gatsplat together.
No, it was soon after we kind of. I think
Well,
his
no.
his senior year we kind of
We did
got
hang
back on
out,
the same terms again.
Because before we started working at Gatspots, we did shrooms together.
yeah, we started doing drugs together.
we started doing drugs together, and it was all good. It was all good after that, man.
No, we
Uh,
never did drugs.
Well, in theory, it's a video.
mean, in
it's called-
theory,
it's a video game called Drugs, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Alcohol is a drug, so in theory,
Yeah.
we were
Yeah,
doing
we
we
are
were
doing
doing alcohol.
So yeah. Anyway, and you were definitely 21.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was
We were
definitely over the age.
21, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just failed a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why we were 21 at high school still.
Oh yeah.
We were not 18.
What? Hold on. So you wanted to talk? We all talked about WoW. I've only literally I streamed one time and it was at 5 a.m. because I got up before all my
Your
children.
life.
Huh?
It's just kids now, man.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah. So I got up.
It's amazing. What are
No,
you talking
it's
about?
fun. But I got up before all the kids, and I streamed for like an hour and a half, and I got 2 bars of experience, and it was cool. And that was it.
Ace.
That's all I got, dude.
Were you up really?
Salty was up. Salty was
Really,
like,
dude? Oh, dude. That's
Salty was like
awesome,
fat. Oh God, Ryan's on.
Oh,
Wake
that's
up
right.
at
Switching
4
gears.
a.m. Oh, heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's got to be at work at 5 or 6
That's
every day. Yeah.
insane.
Nice.
God.
So that,
So-
that might be my new streaming schedule.
Jacob, what are you doing at 4 a.m. every day?
I'm
Like,
very
I
dead
really
and
want you to
sleep.
walk me through like, what does the morning at 4 a.m. look like for Mr. Jacob Boldt?
It's
look
awesome,
like?
Salt.
Taking my
Appreciate
brother
it.
to the airport and then going back home and going to sleep.
Every day?
No, just every once
I
in a
was
while.
about to say, what
I
kind
was
of
like-
job
I was
does he
like,
have?
Like, what kind of shitty job is that for you, where your job is to wake up at 4 and take him to the airport? Now I understand
don't
why you're so
know.
sleepy.
If your brother's taking a flight every morning at 4 a.m., like,
and you have to drive him?
he would be paying you, obviously. Like, this would be a sort of like.
You'd be getting something under the
Well,
table.
I mean, I know that you're doing it as a favor, but If you were
What do you
doing it
mean?
every day.
No, yeah. I mean, every day. But at that point, it's like, dude, where are these
Yeah.
people sending
Yeah,
you?
why are you going to, why are you going to Arkansas
No,
on
he-
a Thursday?
He actually, real talk. My brother went to Colorado this morning.
That's
and
cool.
I dropped him off
Nice.
at the airport like at 3 a.m. bright and
no
early.
wonder
Why-
you're tired right now.
Why was he going to Colorado?
He's got a lot of friends out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
like friends.
Smoking doobies.
That's not where I was.
Nah,
going with
but
that.
Smoking doobies with my brothers.
Well, I
Getting
mean,
the munchies.
he lived in Colorado for like 1 or 2 years.
So-
He younger, older?
He's a younger brother.
Younger
Getting the
brother.
munchies.
Yeah.
So wait, you're what?
Does he watch the stream?
26, 7? Yeah, 27. Okay. thought
Wait,
so.
wait. Does he know about your YouTube live?
Yeah.
Does he watch?
My siblings have never chimed in, but
live, but maybe after.
My brother. I don't know. I don't talk. to
My brother
that
watched
much,
for one
actually.
stream and realized this
It's
isn't
not really
him.
his
Not
thing.
enough guys with their shirts
nah.
off.
Yeah, he's big into the shirtless guys.
Oh.
No, he's a health enthusiast, man.
He just likes to check how everyone's muscles are doing.
How's your bod doing? All right.
And then
Gotta check for
carry
that.
on.
Check for cancer.
The
Carry on.
oil rubs. That's just normal.
It makes me think of that Always Sunny episode where Mac they go to the bodybuilding competition and their job is to rub all the guys down with oil and Mac's like really excited about it.
Of course he is. That's great.
I just love his commitment in that show because it's like he literally made himself get fat for the show just so he could lose it all again.
Later, Salty.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's been
Appreciate it,
this
Salty.
Lucio Ball. I thought everybody was saying play
Dude,
Lucio.
I can't believe-
Lucille Ball for
So-
the longest time.
I don't know if you're still here, Salty, but I don't understand how people still get excited and hyped for them releasing the same game mode every year.
Is this the same? Like
This is year 3.
Of the
It's
same game?
third
So,
year in the row.
What is Lucio Ball?
So Lucio Ball is everyone's Lucio, and there's a big soccer ball. It's like Rocket League, but you're playing as Lucio.
dude.
yeah, but
Well,
hold
no,
on.
so-
but what is Lucio?
Lucio is a character in Overwatch, the healer.
Well, look,
with
I'll
the-
put it. I'll put it in perspective.
okay.
WoW does Dark Moon Fair every fucking month now.
Well, no. So I get that. But this is like in a game.
Sushi roll is not a good substitute for protection. That's really all I want to say. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
It could be.
If you roll sushi, wrap your dong in it and show your. Oh no!
Please don't do that. Just public announcement.
Guys, wasabi
Sushi
wasabi is a
rolls.
real thing, and you don't
Yeah,
want that
That's
in your pee hole.
hilarious. That's
Are
hilarious.
bad substitutes for. Okay,
I
I'm
think
done.
that reference.
I don't think I'm allowed to say pee hole
So
in this
hold
stream.
on.
It's
So-
medical.
So
It's a medical thing.
It's a medical term.
the sushi reference. We were on Discord earlier, and the three of the guys that we've been playing WoW with, they were talking. They all made sushi, including Salty, and that was a little bit of a conversation. I don't think we went into depth about wrapping it around your dong. I don't think that was part of the conversation.
No, but
Bing bong ding dong.
but
completely unrelated.
yeah, that was just his fabrication there. But that sushi is pretty good. I'll give it that. Sushi's
Completely
good.
unrelated. My 2-year-old loves sushi, and she knows
That's
how to
amazing.
say it.
Wait.
That's
Can
amazing.
kids eat sushi?
Well, this is like the California rolls,
like the
you
fried
know.
stuff
No, I wasn't.
that's not really.
They're
raw
already
fish.
cooked and full, or
Fake sushi.
Yeah, it's fake sushi.
But I like fake sushi.
You can say it.
I love face
Like
sushi.
I like fake sushi where it's lots of cream
Face of
cheese
sushi.
and jalapenos and chipotle stuff.
That kind
Yeah,
of thing, yeah.
like, and then you just like put the cream cheese inside the jalapeno and fry
or
it.
epic
that
meal
kind of
time
sushi.
sushi.
Man, so if we're gonna talk about YouTube channels that I'd love to go back and watch, like revisiting Epic Mealtime in its heyday is
Yeah.
just one of those things that will always just make me feel like nostalgic and amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like the candy
they
barbecue
They
episode.
still put out videos too.
And they're it's so bad now. But if you go watch the candy barbecue episode from like 7 years ago, man, that episode gets me every time.
Man, I'll be honest. I always thought Epic Mealtime was stupid.
Dude, it's not even that
Hold
good.
on, let him finish.
It's just the sayings.
I always thought Epic Mealtime was
I just
stupid.
wanted-
What is that noise? Oh, okay.
let
I
him
thought it was
finish.
But
That's what.
Yeah, go ahead. Somebody.
That's what she said.
Thank you.
Boom, got him.
I think that it's iconic.
Sorry.
It's well defined for the era that it
Gay bacon strips.
inhabited,
Gay bacon strips.
and
Gay bacon strips.
and it's well edited. Like it's really well edited, and I have to give them credit there.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to say something about production value, like that's yeah, and that's something that like I feel myself watching now. I guess now that we've been doing this, and I don't do I would say this. Ryan and Boldt do pretty much all of the sort of editing and preparing and everything. I feel bad. I bought ice today though, so there's that.
I
ice.
helped.
That's right. Jacob helped me put the ice.
I
in.
was just 10 minutes late. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, even just being kind of a part of this, like I think I've started to realize the importance of production value and sort of appreciate that. And I wanted to start learning to edit and things like that. And I think I'm not telling everybody out there that they need to start streaming, but I think Ryan, you put it best, is like you got trolled by one guy one day, and instead of banning him or kicking him, and he was making fun, he was saying something about you were trash playing. I don't know, it's playing Fortnite or something, and he was just trying to troll. And you said. And he's like, why are you even streaming if you're not that good? And you said, why are you not streaming? Dude, I'm spending my time doing this, playing what I like. I like playing the game. I got the capability to stream.
Yep.
Why would I not be doing it? It's not hurting me. Like, you didn't take anything that probably 12-year-old had to say personally. And just hey, why don't...
I did cry myself.
Dude, and I was there to spoon him.
Okay.
What's really interesting is when you're dealing with specifically Twitch personalities,
people lashing out.
Well, yeah, there's this weird expectation that you have to be like number one at the game,
right?
If you're like showing it off almost, which is stupid.
A perfect example of this is Dr. Disrespect. Now he is a great gamer,
right?
But he is never the best at he's a professional gamer, but he's a personality. He's a personality that happens to be just a good gamer. Like I think. Any one of us here has a game where we could go toe-to-toe with Dr. Disrespect and beat him at it.
Probably, unless maybe it's a game that I know that he doesn't. Like, I bet I could beat him in Civ. I could easily.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Civ,
WoW. I think I could beat him in Counter-Strike. Jacob?
You saw him play Shroud?
I saw him play Summit, like, a few times.
They went back and forth, man.
Yeah, on an aim map that means nothing. And Summit even said that, hey, an aim map means nothing. That's why Summit beats Simple, which is the #1 opper in the world, on an aim map because it's just about knowing the PP angles.
You don't know me, bro. I know PP angles.
I'll 1v1 you. I'll give you my knife on stream if you beat me.
Really?
So here's
I would be willing to give anyone here my knife if
here's
beat me.
Here's a little a piece of advice. If you're playing WoW. There's two classes you should never 1v1. That's a rogue and a disc priest. That's it. Don't. It's not worth it. You're either gonna the best you can do is like win by default because they quit. That's it. That's it. You're not gonna win.
All right.
Yeah, because this is just me being angry from hanging outside of Orgrimmar too much.
Don't do that, man. Go level, bro.
Yeah, dude,
I know.
So correct me if I'm wrong. This is just me being a WoW newbie, but so Affliction Warlocks, I'm starting to learn the rotation and everything, just reading up on it. It's lots of dots and maintaining dots. Isn't that kind of how a rogue plays? Just maintaining dots?
One of their specs is all poison base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if sub is the best one right now. I'm not sure what that is.
Man, you know what's a really crazy one that I read into and I was talking to my friend Jem about? Was it Outlaw Rogues?
Yeah.
Nuts, where it's all like a dice roll based type thing.
Yeah, I think it's sword
and gun, sword and handguns or whatever, sword and gun, right?
What, really?
No.
I thought it was, yeah, it's like a sword and gun type thing.
You just use swords.
It's like a pirate build. It's like a pirate build.
Is it just like super dependent on RNG? And then just see if you roll high.
And it's something like buffs are like your buffs and stuff are based on dice rolls, basically.
That's cool.
It's kind of funny.
I like RNG.
It's super RNG.
That's why no one plays it.
Yeah, and that's why it's never top of
the
charts.
Yeah. It's too random.
And talking about buyer's remorse, I boosted my warlock, played for an hour. It's like, fuck, I should have boosted a mage.
No, man, I'm telling you, mages. And then this thing, I don't play a mage. I don't, but I mean, Arcane Mage is is one of the top DPS at the moment, and it's a 1-button class.
Yep.
Like it's just spam, and so that's not fun to me. Like I would rather take 10th on DPS, like 10th on 10th class, whatever class build.
I'd like to say
DPS.
that these things are ranked on like Mythic Plus on a level we'll never obtain.
So I don't know
So
what
it's
they're
like-
ranked on. I think they're ranked on DP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're ranked on DPS. I think
Maxed
there's-
out in whatever gear
Right.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so like I think right now, I think Boomkin is towards the bottom. Dude, I love playing Boomkin. Like it's cool. It's a mix of dots and like burst damage, and it's fun to play. And especially in PvP, Boomkin's real fun to play. It's a mobile caster class, which is cool. I say mobile. I don't mean that you can move around.
And you
and
get to be a
cast,
fat
but-
owl.
Yeah, you get to be a fat. You get to be a chubby owl. Not an owl with
Clearly
a chub. Not an owl.
foul. He cannot fly.
Yeah, cannot fly. It's not an owl with a chubby. It's a chubby owl. And
Well, we don't know what
Jacob,
what's underneath all
I
those
would say
feathers.
you're
That's
an
true.
owl with a chubby.
Clarify that.
Can you clarify for us, Jacob?
I'm not sure I can. I don't
I
know what you're talking about.
All right,
I
fine.
don't know if there's a way to clarify what you were saying
I don't know either.
without breaking terms of service.
Either way, let's try to play some WoW together soon.
Yeah, I
Somehow, I don't know.
I might be on tonight. I don't know. I got to be at work at 8, but
Yeah,
I
me
took
too.
a 4-hour nap at like 5 o'clock.
Man, I remember those.
I'm gonna get home and be like, yeah, I'm gonna play some WoW when we get on the computer, and then I'm gonna log on for 30 minutes and go to bed.
Possible.
That's fun. I'll probably just go on the auction house, scan it like I normally do, and then
I'll probably be
scan it
asleep
as
by
in-
the time you get
Well,
home.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk before we log out of here and get going? Should we talk about Black Ops?
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
Battlefield.
Yeah,
I mean
Black Ops 4.
Call of Duty.
We can talk
Call
about
of
the Call of
Duty.
Duty Black
Yeah,
Ops
I think
beta.
we
Call
wanna
of Duty
talk about
Black Ops 4 beta. Yes.
How was it?
Can we bring a video up? Of
Has
that?
anyone played it? Or Trent's the only one who's played it,
I
right?
think Trent's the only
I
one
think
that
we're the
played.
only ones in the chat too.
Yeah, it's good.
That's okay though.
Okay, bring it up anyways.
Are you saying I'm not important, Trent?
Because
I didn't say
are
you're
you
not
s-
important.
because this will eventually go out on YouTube, and another 4 or 5 people will see
So
it.
I will say I played this on PC, and it was super weird because they've introduced a few new things
How
that
did
are
you-
really different.
So how did you get a beta, or did you?
Open beta.
It's
for
an
all
open beta.
PC.
Okay.
It's on BattleNet this time around. So it was really, really strange because you don't heal. So specialists and everything are back. If you're a fan of Call of Duty, you've been playing for the past 4 years, there's been specialists like in Black Ops 3. They have their special abilities, kind of like in Overwatch. There's no self-healing, so you have a stim pack where you have to stab yourself with a needle to heal. It actually worked out very well.
So is it still? So one of my big things with Call of Duty, and I know this is part of how it's become sort of a pro gamer attraction. Is it's very like in Counter-Strike, where it's very lane dependent. Like it's not much of an open world.
Yeah. It's like a Twitch shooter, so it's everything super fast paced. You die, you just immediately respawn, you get back on playing the objective or whatever. But there's usually 2 to 3 lane maps.
Lanes, yeah.
And it's honestly feels like a super fast paced version of the old games. I think the footage we're watching right now is someone playing kind of badly on maybe like PlayStation or Xbox. As you can see, they're just aiming at the ground. That's just how it
Just
is
the
on
natural, yeah.
natural on console. But I would say on PC it felt really smooth. I mean, on my computer, my build, I was averaging about 120 frames.
Baller.
It was super fluid. It was the most fast-paced Call of Duty experience I've ever had, even though they've increased the time to kill and you have more health now and armor now. It felt like a mixture, I would say, Overwatch, Rainbow Six, and Call of Duty all combined, but in such a good, fun way. This was a refreshing experience on a shooter, in my opinion.
Did they focus a lot on? Because I know, like in the original Black Ops, like they focused a lot on sort of class builds in a way. They expanded on that, or is it more that they've sort of gone back to?
It's kind of to be determined. So in the beta they had about 9 specialists. Each specialist had their own abilities. So you have like different perks. Like one of my favorite perks, I forget which one it was, but you can put down barbed wire, so someone cannot pass a certain way, else they'll get trapped in like barbed wire, take damage over time type thing.
Yeah.
And then their special ability is you put down this like armor wall that you can hide behind and everything, like a little bunker and stuff. So
Yeah,
you
like
have,
like Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. So you have your individual specialists and everything. This looks like some dope cat food right now.
Fancy Feast. My cat loves Fancy Feast.
Heck yeah.
I don't get it for her very often because she's already fat, and I don't want her to get fatter.
Yeah,
she'll get diabetes, and that's not a joke. Cat diabetes is like
it's real.
And it's one of the #1 killers of cats too.
Yep. So I would say that in the beta, we didn't get anything like camos. We only got a handful of guns to play with. We got about 9 specialists, which was great. So we're expecting that it's going to be like you can customize what your character looks like, as well as camos and what guns and loadouts and everything. But the thing they've done interesting this time with like attachments. So instead of just having like quick draw as a special feature on your gun itself, like or a grip, there's different tiers to that you unlock over time by using each gun. So if you use a gun more, you'll unlock different versions or variants of each type of scope. So there's going to be special guns that give you more buffs, and it's your standard like pick 10 where you can pick 10 guns or attachments or perks or whatever for your loadout. So each like upgraded perk will take maybe 2 slots instead of 1 type thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I mean, I thought the whole experience was super good. I mean, I can't speak to, what is this, T. Martin, or I don't know who this guy is right here, but I've recognized him and I don't like his videos. But it was overall a good experience. I really enjoyed it on PC. It feels like they've actually cared about the PC community this time around, and it's actually going to be good.
You want to know why? Is because they're planning on doing VR.
Yep. I mean, if that's the case, then great.
Then you have to have it on PC.
But
so.
In my Xbox brethren, I'm so sorry, but if you have an original Xbox One, you were only getting like 30 to 40 frames a second on 720p, the entire beta.
Big rip.
And if you had the Xbox One X, you were getting 1080p at like 45 frames. And it almost feels like the game was just not optimized to be on consoles. I know PlayStation 4 Pro had a good experience.
I mean, crap. And they have it on Battle.net because it's Activision, right? I mean, so maybe we should play on PC, yeah?
I'm going to get it on PC. So even
That's
if
strange to say, but yeah, I think I will.
And even if the community dies within a year, I'm not going to be playing this Call of Duty for another year.
No, I'll probably play it for like a couple months.
Exactly.
Call of Duty's always been that way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Black Ops 3 is still getting updates and lots of players. Like, and I was checking the Steam charts. Black Ops 3 still has 5,000 to 10,000 players a day.
That's nuts.
Wow, that is a lot.
And so we had World War II and Infinity War since then. So I mean, it's a game that I think has the longevity to last. But really,
what is Infinity War?
This is the one that came out before World War II. By
gotcha.
Infinity War, or it was Infinite Warfare by Infinity War.
Gotcha.
Sorry. But really, this is just, in my opinion, bringing the series back to boots on the ground with some cool gunplay and specialist action. Yeah, because
instead of the hopping and stuff.
Instead of like the boosters and stuff. And honestly, this is just tying me over till the inevitable release next year in 2019 for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered.
No, sorry. The only reason I laughed on the boots on the ground, because that's such a political term. Like anytime they were like, "Oh, we need boots on the ground in Syria to solve this conflict."
Right.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, I mean, and honestly, if you look up is Black Ops 4 good, you can get hit or miss. But I mean, I played the beta. It plays 1,000 times better.
Is it still open right now or no?
Closed.
Cool.
There's an open beta for. So one thing they're doing is there's no campaign this time around. But there is there's a multiplayer and a battle royale mode. I think the battle royale mode open beta is in September.
Well, I mean, I think that there's people out there that can complain about the lack of a campaign and the sort of move to.
I'm not going to play.
No
anyway,
one cares.
So.
Yeah.
Right, and that's kind of my point is that don't make a game just because like 5% of your audience wants to play it.
No,
don't make a game mode just because 5% wants to play it.
Completely ignore the campaign so you can spend more time on the actual game.
Yep, and honestly, I can say unless it's like a game changer, I'm not going to touch the battle royale mode.
I mean, who here has
when Fortnite exists? Why touch it?
Like who here has played Fortnite campaign?
Yeah, exactly.
I know somebody.
I hear it's a fun experience too. I hear it's a really fun experience, but why would you play it when it's free to play as a battle royale?
And if you listen to Ninja, it throws off your gameplay because it's different.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to throw off your gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna you're not gonna min max in that situation.
Yeah.
No.
Well, not to get into Ninja. I actually, sorry if this is an unpopular comment about Ninja. I just don't enjoy watching his streams. I've watched a couple.
He has
of
his
them.
moments where he's wholesome, and that's what I like.
But he's a little snobby.
And that's fine. But
He's a little snobby. You can just tell. I mean, you
Yeah.
sense people. He's a little snobby.
Yep. And I mean, he would take that criticism and call us poor plebs and move on with it. But
Yeah.
that's
Well,
his snobbiness showing, by the way.
yeah,
And that's-
and it's true.
that's cool.
He discounts negativity as like, and I've seen this from other streamers and YouTubers, and I don't like it necessarily. Is that any sort of like negative criticism you can give somebody?
Yeah.
Like, I get that there's trolls out there who just want to like break you down, but there's legitimate negative criticism out there that you can't just say, "Oh, well, quit being negative, man." Like, "Oh, that's just negativity. I'm not going to let that negativity affect me." Like, dude, sometimes you need to let negativity affect you. Sometimes you need to check yourself.
And honestly,
Before you rickety wreck yourself.
and I
Thank
can
you.
say I
Thank
don't
you.
like Ninja's stream. Guess what? I'm not his target demographic, so he has
not at
no
all.
care in the world. Like
Because
his
you're over the age of 16.
I'm
And that's
over
not
the age
knocking.
of 16.
That's not knocking him.
That's true.
And that's not a beef with him, and it's just a mutual understanding. I'm not going to enjoy his stream because his streams aren't meant to me, but I do enjoy his moments where he's wholesome about what he's streaming.
But
and
no
that's
one,
the part I get.
no one should enjoy Jake and Logan Paul.
No one should enjoy that.
Those people are walking garbage.
Go unsubscribe right
Well,
now.
and the sad part is that they have the same target audience as Ninja
Yep.
does.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that that's the most impressionable audience.
Yep.
And they do some stupid stuff. Like
It's not-
stupid, dangerous stuff. Like, I'm all like, yeah, we watched Jackass when we were kids. I get it. But they're doing insensitive things. Like,
Right. The forest.
yeah, like Jackass, all they did was like tase each other and
They hurt
like,
each other for
they-
fun.
Yeah, there was they physically hurt each other.
They
I get
trolled
it. That's
people
dangerous.
in a fun way, but
Right, but they didn't mentally like affect people in that way.
and not just being ignorant. I mean,
yes,
come
just
on.
ignorant.
Well, anyone have anything else to say before we head on
time.
out?
No.
Peace up.
Nope, I'm
A-Town
good.
down.
A-Town down.
Let's play the intro as an outro and get on out of here, boys.
Hey, GG's.
GG's, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Come back next week.